Deedy deedy do it is. Absolutely. Time to take the dragon and choke it with its own tail. Yeah, well, it takes one to slay one. Born in 64, year of the dragon. And I am a bitch. Ask Tony, he will confirm it for me. Tony, how are you?
Yeah, not bad at all, Kate, not bad at all. Just juggling windows and figures and things.
Yeah, it's been an interesting day. I've actually spent much of it compiling, writing, reorganizing, getting my brain together, and putting this little document together that is going to be a staple in any legal diet to turn the tables on these mofos in the courts. Works for me, It's like, and everyone gets caught up in that physical fight thing, right? Fist fight, you're crazy. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. They want to piss you off. They want to get you angry. They want to get you in fear. They want to get you, that's standard operating procedure, right? What is that problem reaction solution thing? So stop reacting. Start acting. Yeah, start acting instead. But yeah, an interesting little document there. And okay, I've got someone with a hand up already. I'm waiting for Lori to call in. I just texted her on the phone. I was waiting to get her Skype contact. Talked to her this afternoon. So let me just open this line up and see who we got, because I have no idea what number it will come in on. Hello, area code 289.
Hello, how are you?
It is Lori. How are you, hon?
It is. How are you? Bless.
Good. I'm glad you hit the one.
Good to be here.
Yeah, so
Can't wait to bark, if you know what I mean.
Oh, totally. You got my text, I trust, yeah?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay.
But I heard you say it, so awesome.
Yeah, I sent one. Who knows? I might be blocking that as well. That's okay. Let them play their little snarly games and let them...
That's okay. I can send the fire back.
Yes, you can.
Right where it hurts.
And that's exactly what we need to do. And we do it in complete peace, love, and intention. You see, you don't have to do a...
Light them up with rainbow light. I can teach everybody that. They hate it.
That's why you're here.
It's a new way of healing. It's a new way of everybody... Like, not everybody can do Reiki, but everybody can do rainbow light.
Yeah, there you go.
So even if you don't meditate, it doesn't matter what religion, it doesn't matter what spirituality you are. Rainbow light is something that's totally universal for everyone. If you just think lighting around you, they hate it. They hate it.
Yeah. Well, again,
evil doesn't like it at all.
Yeah, it's what I was saying to you earlier. This is. Only those that have no light of their own do this thing that has been throughout our entire history. They worship the sun because they cannot generate their own light. And that's why they try to steal our light, because it's what they want, because they cannot create light.
Well, they don't just feed off our light, they feed off everything of ours.
Yeah.
Every aspect of our planet, our people, justice system, medical system. I mean, it's disgusting. The lies, the deceit. If people actually knew the truth, they would really, that would be it.
Let me clarify something for you, because you are in a call right now with tuned-in listeners that know all about everything you just mentioned and then some. This is all we do. We expose everything.
Oh, yeah, well, I definitely want to expose them, because our medical industry is definitely shady, dirty.
That's
beyond belief.
Lori, honey, it's old news.
Oh, my God.
It's old news, okay? And I don't even go there. That's fear porn. I felt it. So what I need you to do is I need you to tell your story. Leave all the other shit out, because we've covered it and we've slaughtered
Well, my story is I have abilities just like everybody does. We're all going through the process of being one. And learning how to be one people, one earth, one planet, one nation, peaceful, abide by the laws, be kind to each other, be sweet, learn how to heal naturally, not a chemical world that we live in now, and not just chemically like TV, radio, music. It's so negative. We need to go back to the, positive TV, like. Okay. Hollywood is full of negativity.
Lori.
Yeah.
I am going to tell you right now, do not even bring that up. That's fear porn. We know. You're I want people to know you and what you're doing.
Know me?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
You are the important one. Everything that you think you need to tell everyone, we've already done it. What we need is your story. We've already spelled all the crap.
My story is I have lost everything in the past 4 years fighting these people. I was introduced to somebody who does serious black magic and put me under hypnosis. I've been... Everything from when I was 15 I've lost fighting. I've helped the military. I get visions about bombs, body parts, bloodletting, lots of terrible things. It's hard to swallow sometimes, but because I know how to replenish with the light and do the work that we all need to learn how to do, I've coped through it. There's been a lot of victims, so basically I'm a Reiki master, crystal light healer. I pray. I work with archangels. I work under Jesus. I work under God. I believe no matter what, good breeds good. We need to be good. And hands down, none of this war, none of this crap that keeps going on and the brainwashing that we keep getting. In society, we're brainwashed in so many different aspects. I want it all to stop. I flood the grid around the earth with rainbow light healing, blessings for all. I put titanium around everybody. I clear everybody's mind of negativity, and I put a concrete plug in everybody's ear spiritually and around the ear so people can be protected that way. I want people to learn how we can all be one very, very quickly and just revolution time, take over. Peace house. That's what it's all about.
Do you have
the whole planet. Sorry?
Hi, Laurie. I'm Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Hi. I'm just wondering, you're talking about this information, which is great, but do you have a website where people can look at while you're talking?
And actually, I have nothing because I'm actually homeless. They forced me to go on welfare, took away my home, set me up, took away my child, tried to deem me as schizophrenic or bipolar when I've got abilities. Like, we all have psychic abilities. We're all psychic. We all have intuition. We all have feelings. We all have instincts. Some people listen to them more than others. I happen to be hypersensitive, I say. That's what I call it. So I hear and see a lot. And I know the difference between my thoughts, someone else's thoughts, but some people who are under, medication or under, the system can't function the same way. I want everybody to learn everything that needs to be learned to be one, because we're all under one creator. No matter what you want to call your creator, we're all under one creator. One thing created us. One love.
Yep.
Yeah,
we're all.
That's the basis.
You were talking to people. That's what I was trying to get across to you this afternoon.
I'm also lighting people. I'm also trying to flood out rainbow light right now and flood out white light and not just verbally flood out the message, but flood out it's about one. We're all one. One
Absolutely.
band. Don't help all of your people. Everybody help each other. Don't judge.
Again, this is all we talk about, Laurie. That's what I was trying to get across to you this afternoon with regards to...
And it does work.
Laurie?
Oh,
Laurie?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. It's radio. We kind of go back and forth here. I kind of got a role to play here. I'm just trying to put you at ease. I'm trying to put you at peace. All right? With what you can talk about. You can talk about everything. All the things that you have spoke of, we have already looked at. We know it's all a joke. It's all illusion. And what we're all about is solution. And one of the things that you're bringing to the table, based on my understanding of you already, is that you have means. And what people, especially new listeners, what they're going to need more than anything else is some of the experiences that you've been through. We only speak from experience here. We don't talk theory, okay?
Yeah.
That's why when I meet people like you, I want your voice on the air, all right? So what I'd love you to share is some of the experiences that you went through and, how you were handled.
Well, Okay.
Yeah.
If anybody's seen the movie The Entity, being raped by something you can't see, I've been through that.
Yep, that's standard operating procedure for these guys.
Yeah. I've been poisoned, but under hypnosis, mind control. They tried to get me to kill a police officer with being yelled at by astral projection. You know, the guy was projecting me and screaming in my ear. I heard his voice. I mean, I'm not schizophrenic. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I have no reason to pin a cop with my car while he's doing a regular traffic routine check. I always prayed for police. They're supposed to keep our streets safe. That was the world I lived in.
Yeah, the real world involves the Manchurian candidate, which is called the police officer of the lowest level, that are under extreme mind control, given trigger.
Not all of them are, though.
No. Some of them actually have mental faculties that exceed the programming. However,
I like them as well.
Yeah, well, no, that's the whole point. Generally, what you'll find is a lot of those guys will end up bailing. No pun intended. Yes, it was. Bailing on that particular group because of the duress they're under. And, you know, we had a gentleman on there a little while ago talking about the stresses that police officers face. And, granted they do. And he also spoke of the sessions where, you know, you could go in and you learn to speak their language. And effectively what it is Manchurian candidate programming that instills these individuals with trigger words and you know, automatonic natures, and of course they're part of the same team, so you know it's a bully gang. That's all it really boils down to. You know, and it goes a whole lot deeper than that. We've covered that in great detail, but yeah, you know, why don't you talk about some of these experiences, you know, in real time, like there?
And I'm sorry, say that again. In real time.
Yeah, like, you know, describe the things that you've been through.
The other things that I've been through, I mean, I was introduced to a jihad. He was the one who put me under this mind control. And I had deities that would come down and help me, and I wasn't on medication. I wasn't, you know, I was under stress, yes, but I'm very organized. So I'm very, you know, solid, grounded, but, you know, I'm spiritual as well, so it helped me a lot that way. I'm not scared of demons or scared of nightmares that people can send you and black magic and the things that they can do to try to torment your mind and whisper in your ear and astral projection and all of this craziness that they do that's so invasive on us. It's just, I don't know, it's unbelievable sometimes, but the amount of stuff that they get away with in the whole aspect it's just got to stop. I just don't want it to end.
Well, yeah.
And one thing I do is, everybody can do this. If everybody thinks pink around them and pushes pink light into other people, they will be able to quickly assess once they get really good at flooding light into people and flooding the pink. Pink is love. It's the light of love. So if you flood this around you and outside of you and around and into others, you will see people that are not, you know, they're evil. They won't like that light. They'll want to leave. I've done it to police officers. I've had police officers around me, and I'll flood pink light into them, outside of me, into them, and really dirty police want to leave. They don't even want to be around me. They get aggravated. They don't like love. So anybody that doesn't like love, there's an issue. We need to address those issues. You know, they make the laws. They need to abide by the laws. You know, we all need to be peaceful, have our human rights, our dignity, our respect, you know, and be able to walk our path the way we're supposed to and not be their little ants.
Well, that was the whole purpose of my walk. Yeah, my walk is very, very particular. And what I had to figure out, for me anyway, this is my quest, I had to figure out how we were in dishonor and how they were able to get away with this on a universal law, because all this man-made stuff is shite. People don't have rights. What they do have is rituals, and those rituals have been stolen, right? R-I-T-E, right? Okay. Again, it's all been in the spellings of the words, and the listeners, any of the regular listeners, know exactly what I speak of. And I just finished a document today called "I Who Shall Not Be Named," and that's how they've been doing it. They've captured the feminine, divine feminine spiritual essence via the willful, ignorant intent of mother and father when the child was registered, which means to rule the divine, creative, feminine, spiritual essence. That's what that word means, register. So just so people that have not tuned in before get this concept, the document is now, I've already sent it far and wide, and I will ask anyone, every time I put something out, I make it personal for me, just to show people, what I do and where I put things, right? Make it yours. And in that doesn't mean to say go through and edit it and change this and that and the other. I will say this humbly. If you think you can outright me, go for it. I'd love to see it. If you have spent the last 3 years crafting this and working it to the level that I have, I want to hear from you. I want to get it right. And what I do when I send stuff out, I make it, they're templates. All you got to do is take out anything that isn't you, or referencing what you thought was you, and put your own shit in. I write templates. I don't write documents for me. People can do whatever they want with them, but they got to get the concepts right. So this is about nipping that spiritual poison in the bud, and this is what it's all boiled down to. Because what happens is you get the dead carrying out the dead. That's what the courts are. And the minute you walk in there with one of their dead fiction names attached to you in any way whatsoever, you're already in immediate dishonor. You're in fraud because you're using something that doesn't belong to you. So that's what we did. We just exposed that. It turns the fraud in the mirror on them. Okay, now I know it's not my willful intent to do this. Is it your willful intent to coerce, aid, and abet by force or other means, deception, and what have you, into me incriminating myself just because it suits your fucking bank account? I'm not going to do that. Are you kidding me? Besides, why would I want money? Because all money is, it was created off the bonds. It's a debt obligation where mom and dad gave a gift of you, the child, the fruit of their labor. All the state does is create the bond, which is an obligation. Forgive us our debt as we forgive our debtors, no? So, sorry, that wasn't my debt. I didn't create it. And again, where does money come from? Money is the debt obligation of the slave bond called birth certificate. So it's literally cannibalism. So when you're chasing money and with the intent of gathering wealth and all the rest of it, understand this, that you're skinning alive your fellow brothers and sisters. I think it's time that we should stop that. This is the bud that I speak of. And it's a very core bud because we've peeled off so many layers of this onion over the last number of years. That core is sitting naked. And that, like I said at the start of the show, this is one dragon that's got that dragon by the throat and it's shoving its tail down its neck. Right? And here's the joy. I don't have to do anything. I don't seek vengeance. I don't have to. You see, because if you walk across and slap someone in the face, that your action is known. Shows what your intent was. It was your intent spiritually to go and do that.
Well, there's a difference between defense in spirituality as well, though.
No, I realize.
When you're being astral projection attacked and fucked in the ass, sorry, honey, I'm going to fight back.
Oh no,
I'm
no,
not going to hand the person
totally get
flowers
that.
and pink light, okay?
Yeah,
I'm going to get a little aggressive.
Right. But
More than a little. Yeah, it's either like, or join the peace circle or be reduced to dust at that point.
Okay. Again, with me, it's
sorry.
That's fine. It's about removing that initial spell to begin with that makes them feel that they can, because we're walking around with unclean hands. All I did was wash my hands of it. Therefore, vengeance is not required.
Well, okay, it's not vengeance, actually. They've targeted me so badly. They've sabotaged all my employment. I'm rendered homeless now.
Me too.
I'm on forced on disability. Forced on disability, deemed, wrongfully deemed, and now I'm homeless.
Absolutely,
actually
Lord.
Homeless.
Absolutely, I know that.
And no check this month either, and last month they accidentally sent it to the wrong address. Like, please, give me a break.
Well, again, it's about Well, I'll be quite blunt. I haven't received any income or check in over 3 years.
Well, you know what? I helped them save their borders from bombs from the Niagara Falls border from being blown up, and I do spiritual work around bombs.
Now we're getting to meat and potatoes. This is what I want you to talk about. So
yeah,
how did that work? How did that work?
What happens is I don't know. I pray all the time. Like kind of during the day, I'm always constantly putting stuff out to the universe, and I appreciate everything around me, like the nature. I think I see things different than others because I look at nature, like I soak up nature when I'm outside. I don't like being indoors on the computer, on the phone. I'm not much for the electronic world. I think it's quite negative. I like the world that was built for us around us, you know. So when I'm out, I get message, and when I'm doing work on the grid, I do bombs next. Go around and coat bombs with lighting, seal them with titanium, so they can't detonate. I was pulled out of my sleep the first time I worked on a bomb spiritually. I was pulled out of my sleep and asked to pull certain wires and do certain things to dismantle. And I freaked out. I was screaming. I'm like, I've got a kid on the physical plane to get back to. I was petrified. I've not been petrified of any type of, like, whether you want to call it demon or alien, whether you're scientific or religious, doesn't matter to me. But dismantling a bomb was very stressful. I'm not scared of much, but that I was scared of. I actually screamed back, like in swearing, you better fucking make me do this right, because if I don't get fucking back to the physical fucking plane, like, I never swore so much in my life, screaming, petrified that I wouldn't make it back to my son if something went wrong. You know, because to me, you're out there spiritually doing work, and you get killed, you go in a coma.
No, I totally get that. It's one of the reasons why, for me...
And my son is my life. My son saved my life. I was being projected in a projection as well. I was put under hypnotic commands, and I went to sleep at 11 o'clock. My son went to school. And my son is my hero. If it weren't for my son, I wouldn't be alive, and I wouldn't have been able to do the work that I do. He is my earth angel. I've seen him only twice in 2 years. Pardon me. Giving myself pink light. This is hard.
Yep.
I was in a projection, and I was being attacked by somebody very, very dark, the same person who I was forced to meet because I have a lot of abilities. And he went to attack me, and I went to attack him in projection. I was sleeping, like laying in my home in St. Catharines. My son came home from school and woke me up 2 seconds before I would have been killed. This guy would have ripped my neck right out. I would have died. And my son didn't normally come home from school for lunch. So he's my little earth angel. I love him. Oh, he'll kill me now because I said little. He's a big boy. Anyway, doing the bomb and being attacked, I'm not so much. I have no fear, but the bomb things, I do that a lot. I not only put rainbow light into the earth and clear everybody's forehead with Jesus' white cross, the peace symbol, the peace dove. I put through everybody's third eye. I try to light everybody with light, not work on chakras, but just send the prism rainbow light to everyone, and then white light, seal them with titanium, have everybody hold hands around the whole planet like we're all sealed with rainbow light, white light, titanium. Hands are sealed. We are one. We're strong, you know. And then after I do that, I do layers of fighting. I'll pull Sekhmet, Isis, out of one layer around the earth and another layer of Sekhmet, and I do a lot of work, a lot of spiritual stuff. But the bombs is, I have to prioritize how I put my energy out. And lighting everybody, protecting everybody, and sealing as much as I can. That's what I do. And it's from praying and being respectful of your planet, your universe, each other, being open and looking more outside of yourself and your little box, like not just out of the box, but connecting with we have energy all around us. Every room has energy in it. Every item, everything.
Laurie, everything is energy. You're preaching at fire like you have no idea.
Yeah,
so what other examples of things have you been through? Like just situations. I mean, who were you working for?
They do their dark magic. Like I've had situations where I was just sitting in my living room, and this same person who was trying to mind control me, sitting in my living room, and all of a sudden it was like the roof came off of my house. It was at nighttime. And I was reading, and I just went under, and all of a sudden my roof came off my house, and a dark angel came in flying at me, blacker than black, from the sky. And I turned into a white angel, and I flew out to the sky and kicked his fucking ass. So Archangel Michael, I mean, he's the warrior. So I'm Lori, I'm just human. I'm just open and connected and willing to serve. Forever their servant, forever their soldier is what I am. Because I work for humanity. That's what I do.
Yeah, and Tony. I know Tony's got a bunch of questions here, Laura, and I'm going to ask you, please, when we're asking questions, we need to finish, hon. You keep jumping all over it. There are specific things that I'm trying to ask you, and I'm not getting anywhere. So I need you to...
Okay, sorry, I don't know exactly what you're wanting me to say.
Well, I don't want
me to tell you experiences. I've been through helping the military get,
I realize that. The point I'm trying to make here is I'm not finishing the questions, and you're jumping on them too quickly. I'm trying to get more specific with things. But Tony, I know Tony's got some questions here. Go ahead, Tony.
You say you've been helping the military with things. Can you be a bit more specific about that? I know you said about taking a bomb apart, etc. But there's a lot of information. I'm just trying to remember his name. There was somebody recently on Red Ice Creations talking about the level of sorcery and magic that is obviously right at the top of the military. So I wondered what your experiences were from that aspect for a start.
Well, I've had the first Saudi Arabian that I met that was doing black magic against me, and then about 30 of his friends. And then I realized that I was fighting something even larger because I got about a dozen men around me doing black magic. I kept getting visions of all of it and feeling the pain and doing psychic surgery back to my body to survive it. And I just kept practicing white magic and praying and getting back and reading scriptures, different, meditating, doing all these things. With the military, I was thrown in jail. Never thought for my life I'd ever be thrown in jail. But I was thrown in jail and the first time, and I was so angry with Peter MacKay because before I lost my home, I faxed Peter MacKay begging him for help, that I was a single mother with a child and going through this and being tortured, and I knew exactly what was going on at this point. Not magnitude of everything, but pretty much knew I was dealing with terrorism and, a lot of black magic and no support. I lost my home, so I just... I was mentioning they were astral projecting me, and I said to my son one day, I said, "Oh my God, there's bombs in the tunnels in Niagara." Then 2 weeks later, I have off-duty military telling me they're like going through all the tunnels, they're cleaning, like looking for everything, like they're, and this person's shocked who's telling me. I mean, I've had off-duty military people say things to me. And when I was in jail the first time, I was being projected by Navy SEALs. And given support because they felt bad for me. I get audios where I'm not projecting the people. Like I could be sitting in the room talking to you, and all of a sudden I can hear them talking, like an audio. Like I'm not seeing them, but I can hear what they're saying, And, you know, we all know how military works. There's ranks, and you got to follow orders. And I would hear them, you know, complain like they shouldn't be doing this to this girl, like she's a good person, you know, she's like done so much. And when you hear, you know, some military support you like that, when you're being like slaughtered and still helping, that's pretty disheartening.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll put it in a nutshell for you. The dead will not help the dead, hon, and this is what I'm trying to get across to everyone right now. Because while we are walking around thinking we are spiritually free, we're not, because what we are bound by contract called the name, the way. When you claim a name, you have claimed a way, you've claimed to be of the dead. And that's why people, you know, pieces of garbage like Peter MacKay won't be helping anybody, because, well, he's not going to help you. You know,
they need to be taken out of power. They need
they need to step out of power. Taken out of power is vengeful. They're gonna. This is.
Well, you know what I mean. Like they need.
I know what you mean.
Just resign. That's it. Like just get out.
Well, it goes beyond resigning here. This is about people that are going to actually step down and walk in and put themselves in a cell. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
See, because I'll go back to by one's actions, the intent is already known, so there is no judgment required but that of self. You know, as I said earlier, if you have the intent in your mind to walk over and slap someone in the face and physically carry that out, well, your intent, your pre-crime, if you will, is shown in the physical. Every crime that is ever created is created in the ethereal first. You know, whether, again, and you have people that have the intention of, I just want to go out, you know, and you hear them say, I don't want to kill so-and-so, right? And I said, well, that's a nice intent. Not something I would do, but again, that's an ethereal intent, right? And these are the things that we got to get a hold of. And this whole idea of needing to defend oneself is because we are projecting things out of ourselves that they're vengeful. And this is what we need to come to terms with. This is a piece I speak of. You know, I'll go back to the code book. Vengeance. So
what do you think is a death penalty? I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Well, I think it's a waste of time, because you're not changing anything, because all you're doing is altering the meat stick, and it's going to be harder the next time to find the same being, the same photon of light that's got some dark energy in it.
I don't think you've really dealt with the evil that I've dealt with then.
Well, I've dealt with it.
Because when you're being psychically attacked by 100 people at a time, and you're homeless and broke and sleeping on somebody's couch that you barely know, and being forced to try to commit crimes, like because I'm broke, they project me and like steal this. They've tried to get me to hook. They've tried to get me to set me up. Like, oh man, it has just been nonstop, making me sleep on the street. I'm banned from Starbucks, like banned. If I go into any Starbucks, I will be arrested. So I'll be arrested if I get a coffee. Why? Because nobody wants me teaching people about crystals and speaking the truth, and teaching people about lighting and how to heal naturally. I used to be 306 pounds on 9 pills a day and wanted to ramp me up to 11. I had IBS, high blood pressure, and anxiety because I was angry. So my heart hurt all the time, and then I was being projected and psychically attacked and psychic vampirism at the same time. So of course it's going to give you anxiety.
Well, yeah, and then again, we have to take control of those. And this is a great example, by the way. We have to take control of those anxieties. Otherwise, they're going to utilize them against us. And that's exactly what you're speaking of here, because the lower vibration we maintain ourselves in a fist fight mentality, thinking that we need to defend ourselves all the time, what we're doing is we're opening ourselves up for attack. See, I always go to source, me, right? So, you know, I bring that upon myself, which I am projecting. That is it. End of story. That's why I've said this before with everyone. Fist fight, hold the light, or carry out the dead. Well, fist fight, if you want to go in and open yourself up for it, great, knock yourself out. And if you want to carry out the dead, well, then you walk around as a dead fiction in their Caesar land of dead fictions. That's the courts, the dead, carrying out the fiction persons that have a name, the other dead, right? So that's the dead carrying out the dead. What we need to do is hold the light at all costs. And that doesn't allow for any anger or, you know, yeah, we're going to travel through different emotions. Absolutely. It's what we do with them.
Well, there has to be justice. I mean, we're talking about human rights as well here.
Well, Lori, we're on the same page, hon, okay? What I'm trying to do is offer a way, because I'll tell you, what you're speaking of is exactly the same shit we've done for friggin' millennia. That's insanity, trying to solve the same problem with the same solution over and over and over again because it doesn't work. So we need to change our mode. This is not about, there's a lot of pieces of garbage out there. There are
so
kids.
Do you believe, sorry.
No,
do you believe that, like, Jeffrey Dahmer should not be executed? Do you believe that Jeffrey Dahmer's people should house them in jail?
Well, I am
not. Is that what you're saying?
No, you're asking again about the death penalty. No, what I would do is exactly what needs to be done. You move these beings away and you try to heal them.
I'm saying if they are not healable at all, like if somebody is totally dark beyond dark, that they are not healable, they are messed up, no conscience, no.
Well, yeah, but creation's going to take care of that anyway. You see, because those things that are the blackest and darkest of us are going to be eliminated. But when we
don't you think that we're part of creation that is supposed to help do that? Because
no.
I do a lot of things that I actually don't discuss.
No,
because of the amount of
that.
dark magic that's been put against me, there's abilities and things that I do that I actually don't say out loud and I don't tell anyone.
Well,
there's certain things I will tell, but there's certain things because I fight Illuminati. I'm fighting the worst of the worst. When I get Barack Obama projecting me while I'm sleeping under a fucking bridge, and I stop bombs from going off at the Niagara Falls border, and help save, like there were a lot of other people that worked on it as well. But if it weren't for me saying out loud, oh my God, to my son, and there's bombs in the tunnels, they wouldn't have known.
No one's questioning that, huh?
Well, so why the fuck am I homeless with no money in my pocket and still helping? Like, they throw me in jail 4 times to help with investigations because I do priest work. That's what I do. I help figure things out. I flood love. It's not Reiki. It's not the same. We all know it's the light. We have to throw the light off of each other. We have to share the light. We have to, all be one. And to be in this situation is ridiculous.
Well, I'm gonna bring Carol into the call, because I can feel your hate and I can feel your anger. I'm actually in knots right now, hon. So I'm gonna bring Carol in.
I don't understand why you're in knots, because I feel extremely calm.
Well, it's what you're projecting, hon. I'm an empath. Born and bred, my hon.
But I've got pink all around me.
Not what I'm feeling.
I'm speaking of truth. I'm telling people what situation I'm in.
I'm not saying that you're not speaking of your experience. Truth is another matter, right? This is true to you, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I bring people like you onto the show, and I can't.
Really? Well, I have evidence in the child that's 15 that's written a victim impact statement.
Oh, absolutely. Why do you think I'm not questioning you, Lori? I'm not questioning your integrity or anything else. What I'm doing is being a neutral observer. Right? That's what I do here.
Yeah.
And I'm just observing, hon. And we're looking for solutions, and the amount of anger and frustration, everything that's coming out right now, is not a solution. It's just the same old, same old. So let's turn this boat around, where we're actually taking them out, and they're out completely. They have to destroy themselves. Evil must destroy itself. We cannot destroy it.
Actually, we can, because I have reduced to dust quite a few. I've worked in dark realms.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
When I'm angry, okay, like if I'm upset, I've learned how to convert my energy. Okay, I'll either go out to dark and reduce it all to as many to dust as I can, or I will pull down Archangel Michael and the white light of God, fire and white light my whole body, but keep the energy and convert it into good energy, and then kick it into the grid and rainbow light.
Cool. Jump in, Tony.
Yeah, I was just just listening to the information. But no, what was coming across was, nobody's trying to attack you here, but as we talk about all the time, you can actually hear in people's voice when there's negative connotations there, and you can feel that negativity in your expressions, the way that the words leave your mouth.
Of course. I haven't seen my son. I've seen my son twice in 2 years.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you hurt, of course.
That is, especially when he saved my life during a projection, during me being put under hypnosis and projection and knocking out. I'm a very hard worker, and I'm very organized, and I'm very, my brain moves very quickly. I'm an Aquarian. I'm very particular about things, but I'm really easygoing. And, to be targeted the way I've been targeted for 4 years and lose everything that I've worked hard for since I was 15, when I've done the right thing by society and by people, and I've just kept fighting for my rights.
And why? Okay, I have a question for you, Lori. All this time, this is one lesson that I had to learn, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. What is your issue with letting it go?
I need to be reimbursed, and everything needs to be exonerated. I mean, human rights need to be given to me.
No, they don't need to be given to you. Why do you think you need someone's permission? You see, that's where we get caught in the quagmire, right there. People think that, I've been asked many times, did you get a more formal response than thank you for your correspondence? Says, no, I don't need one because, sorry. I take it at face value that ye are gods. And what I say is what my reality is, and I don't need anyone's permission or anything other than the fact that I know they got what I sent, whether they did acknowledge it. This is the whole thing. I don't need to explain myself. I put it out there and I say, that's yours, chew on it. I'm good. But again, it's about letting things go. And the longer we hold on to these things, and I'm speaking from experience here. You have no idea what we've been through. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay? So don't assume, and I'm going to ask you this.
I'm not assuming. A lot of us have been tortured like this.
Right.
I mean, some people haven't survived. We've got spirit helping us constantly too.
Absolutely, and this is where
I've met victims that it's not. I've met victims just like us that it's their dead family members that are trying to help because they want justice. And it's all attached to military. I get that as well. I get medium stuff where I'm speaking to, somebody's dead father. I can hear them talking while I'm in the room and trying to help guide the person. I met a woman in Mississauga, and I'm not going to say her name. She's a beautiful person, and her father was trying to encourage her to write about what he's been through. And his stories when he was in the military. And she spoke to me about it. She was guided to me by him. He wanted her to hear, yes, the reinforcement, yes, do it. We all help each other in these little ways. That's the way we're part of the same network. We're all connected. People say things to you that you think is weird, but it's messages, it's confirmation, it's that's what I take it as.
Synchronistic.
Yeah.
So what sort of things was he experiencing then?
Who's he?
The guy in the military whose daughter he wanted to write the book.
Oh, just he didn't pass serving, by the way. He was able to come home, but he had an accident while he was in service, a sports accident.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me that makes me wonder as well. But he wants his legend kept alive, stories that he told her.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, this is one of the other aspects of it. I mean, if people really in the military if they want to help their fellow man, you know what I mean? It's basically they need to look at what the military's about and who's involved in what aspects of it. Because right at the very top, we've got some, some serious people driving humanity straight down the plug hole. So if they want to be doing some help, they want to be turning on that.
And I mean, this is why I astral project and fly around the world and try to put energy around bombs and seal them with titanium. I do stuff that's like strange to me, but it's cool. I'm like, oh, okay. Told to do this? Yeah, sure, all right. But it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy out of me, and I need to eat properly. I need to have housing, and just like everyone else. We all should live in a society where we can afford anything we want, that there's no, we all know this.
Totally.
We all know, that we shouldn't be competing in any shape, fashion, or form, that we should be, doing what we want to do. Yeah, we should be doing what we want to do. We should, it's like some people work to make money, but if you're not happy, you're not on the right path.
Mm.
If you're not happy, and I mean, I'm happy when I'm the happiest is when I'm with my family, which I haven't seen for a long time because of it, but I know it'll change, and my friends. But we need to be doing what we want to do for a living, because that's what's feeding our soul. That's what we're supposed to do. When we force ourselves to do something else because of society and because of the way we compete, then we're so off our path and we're so miserable and we're just running around in this box. We all know what being sheep in the barn.
Well, this is why Kate calls the show Out of the Box, because this is the stuff we talk about. It's out of the box. It's exposing the stuff that's really going on and what we can do to actually change it physically, because we can. Whoever tells you...
maybe we can all just mass manifest burning the cardboard box so it doesn't exist. I don't. We're all creatures of manifestation. They want us to believe negative, and they want us to manifest negative. If we all change that and manifest positive, then it will be positive.
Totally. That's the point.
Positivity breeds positivity, but we all have to work together on that positivity and help each other on every aspect and on every plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've just gone through this Boston bombing thing, and we've blown the lid completely off it, showing what they're doing, how they're channeling the energy into the meridians of the earth, the areas, the rites, the rituals, the pentagrams, the harmonics, the lot. We just bust the lid straight off it. It's not just us, but we've exposed it. So that's what we do. We look at, right, this particular thing has happened. How has it happened? Why has it happened? Who's doing it? And we look at all the aspects. So that removes that particular issue. We get it now. We understand it. And it's the same as the legal structures. They're boxes, they're confines, they're walls, laws. They're there to constrict the human race and manifest problems. You went 31 miles an hour over the speed limit, and now we've got to fine your ass. It's all bullshit. So that's what we do. We're ripping the walls down. We don't need to burn them. They're going to bring themselves down when we expose them. And that's what we do. Just shine the light on them. So that's what I was saying to you earlier. The people in the military, if they really want to help their fellow human beings, need to turn on the military, because it's certain aspects of the military that are bringing this down on everybody's head. And they're standing, not only are they bringing it down, they're not doing anything to stop it, as we can see anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is,
Well, they're doing like mass hypnosis on people,
exactly.
And I do mass hypnosis, tried to do mass hypnosis reversal.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
It's
the first thing they need to do is turn the TV off. That's
it. Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Actually, even one trick I have as well is when I've got electronics on, keep white light. If you're having any problems or with electronics, keep throwing white light through it with fire and burning away the negativity. And fire, then white light, then rainbow, and push it, because there's been times when I've been on the computer and posted things and they've tried to stop it, and I have to throw white light and tube it in titanium with fire around it, and I'll push it all the way as far as I can.
What's the relevance of titanium?
It clears my posts too. Sorry?
What's the relevance of titanium?
It can't break through it. It's just so solid.
So if you use the same aspects with a mirror and a ultraviolet type light, it's the highest vibration, and the mirror in effect is reflecting them back on themselves. I mean, I do it myself. So.
Yeah. To me, I just I seal in titanium because I just felt that it was strong. Mirror to me can be smashed. You know what I mean? So.
I know what you mean, but I don't mean.
Yeah. Like to me, it would be like to surround myself with a diamond, or like a diamond casing, or titanium, or something very solid. Be as solid as you can. So I teach people how to light themselves. What I teach is put pink light in the center of your heart, then green light around that pink light. Seal it with gold. Then fill your whole body with pink and white light, pink light. Put green around you if you'd like a little more healing. Then seal with gold is what I was teaching, but now I've ramped it up and so I'm saying seal with titanium. And then put fire around you. Nothing wants to walk through fire and affect your, if you feel you need the protection, that you've got negativity around you, you can do this to protect you. And when you're around others, you keep putting pink light around you and pink light into others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Think pink. I mean, you see pink. I see more pink things all the time, and I've been saying think pink and throwing pink light everywhere. I imagine thousands and thousands and thousands of hearts going through the grid and peace symbols and doves. I'm constantly doing work. So
okay,
out a lot.
Here's a question for you. And Carol, I brought you into the call. I need your peaceful, loving energy. Well, everyone, and I'm going to speak a little bit on free will choice, playing the, quote, devil's advocate here, unquote. At what point does anyone take it upon themselves to force someone into light that may or may not want that? You see, because that to me is a full-blown trespass, and it's going to mirror right back at you. Because in as much as we want to reach out and do that, that's a trespass on the free will of another entity, another being.
Well, when your free will is taken away, which mine that's what I do.
Laurie, your free will can't be taken away. You have to give it away, hon. It's like I cannot be offended until I give myself permission to be. No one takes my free will. I stand where I stand, and no one tells me otherwise. To the death, hon. That's where I live. No one can do that, and this is why I say if you're speaking of projecting out things that somebody may or may not necessarily want, you're actually trespassing on a universal law, and it will blow up in your face. Promise. This is why I tell people, do not go out of your way to try to wake people up. Just be the light. They will be attracted to you anyway. That's what the magnetics are. What it is for me is about getting myself centered, where I take care of my business, where I'm not third-party interloping on anyone else's. So that's,
Well, have you been blocked for the past 4 years of taking care of your business? Because I want to be a metaphysician.
No, nothing I've experienced, Laurie. Laurie, nothing. Excuse me. Nothing I have experienced was anything that wasn't my choice. I was in the dance, hon. I took responsibility for it. I have no vengeance. I was there. Shit happened. I'm okay. That's how it works. Carol, jump in here, hon.
Well, it's obvious that Laurie is really traumatized, and honey, I really feel for you. The thing that I'd like to impart to you is we have all lost. I lost 3 homes when some guy cheated me out of $80,000 back in '88, and I had to go bankrupt, and I've not owned any property since, and I was homeless for a very short period of time. But the powers that be, the good ones, have taken care of me. I'm still here to talk about it this many years later, and my path is clear, to me. But evidently this is new for you, and it's very, very
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's Brett. I didn't know anything about this stuff.
Yeah, here's what I might suggest to you as a protection for you. I call on Archangel Michael very often.
I work for Archangel Michael. I have Gabrielle tattooed on my left hand.
Okay, honey, we all do, okay? You're not different than any of us.
Yeah.
And please understand that. We're all here to work a piece of the puzzle. We have we have a unique photograph of the puzzle picture on our surface, and our puzzle shape is different than the shape of other puzzle pieces in the puzzle. And when you finish doing the puzzle, if one piece is missing, then the puzzle isn't complete. But we are complete in God, the Creator, if you will, by the fact that we are so unique. So you don't need to be out there beating the drums and telling everybody how bad everything is, because it's bad for everybody. You're getting your dose.
A lot are not aware of how bad it is.
Okay, honey, if you wouldn't interrupt, I would appreciate it.
Sorry.
Okay, because I'm going to mute myself here in a minute. But what I'd like you to do with Archangel Michael is ask him to surround you with a mirrored sphere, so that the mirror goes all the way around you, underneath your feet and over your whole body. And anything anything negative being sent to you, let it reflect on that mirror surface and be sent immediately back to the sender with love.
Mhm.
Okay? Because we've all been traumatized, we've all been hurt. My son lost 6 children due to the system, and they couldn't prove he was a pedophile. He's not a pedophile. And he passed all the tests of everything. What is it when they hook you up to all those electrodes? What's that?
The lie detector.
Thank you. The guy that administered that is the one that teaches the highway patrol in their state, and he says, you have passed this so beautifully. He says, you have a very definite knowledge of right and wrong. And they never could prove anything at all, and, when we found out what it was his wife that was the one that was cruel to the girls and, did horrible things to him when he wasn't around, and so the girls got together and got themselves out of the mess, but they took 6 daughters away from him, 3 of his own blood biological daughters, and 4 of hers. So it was a mixed marriage there, But we've all lost. And then they foreclosed on his farm or his ranch. Just a lot of dirt had been done. And if anybody has anything against the system, Kate and my son are probably 2 of the most desperate ones I've ever heard of. And, of course, I developed heart problems through his situation with losing his daughters and everything and everything else that happened. But we're all here, even through all the trauma, and the fact that we're here indicates that we're here with a purpose. And so people are now waking up. You've got those groups that started at Madison Avenue in New York a couple of years ago. What was that? Never can remember the name of it, but it spread from Madison Avenue in New York to Los Angeles to the European theater. It's been all over the world. People are waking up in droves. You've got the Pope that's gone. You've got the Queen of Netherlands that now is gone. The Queen of England is going to be gone. You've got who else? There's somebody else that I'm missing, but there's so much happening behind the scenes that we have to know this is a God thing that is happening for the first time in 26,500 years. We're just coming out of the Iron Age. We're waking up from all this horrible stuff with the Crusades in the 12th and 13th century and the burning of people at the stake because they believed the way they believed. We're coming out of all this. Those of us that are awakened are very old souls. We've been here many times. Mm-hmm. And the people that are not getting it are young souls. And Spirit told me late last year, don't worry about the young souls. They're not going to get it in this lifetime. They will have to die and reincarnate to make it. And so, like Kate says, sow your seeds. Sow your seeds. Drop a seed here and there and let somebody else nurture it and water it. But you've got to find an ally where you can sit and just talk and talk and talk. Because you're so filled with
I would actually prefer to do what I want to do, which is work and be with my family and my friends and
but your anger is so much on the surface right now that you're not being able to be effective with what your job is. But you need to find a soul person that will sit and listen to you, and I don't want you to get into the medical profession. They're, like you said, they're very evil, and they're going to be going away when this happens. It's those people.
I don't need to talk. I need to just have my life. Period. Turn it back on. Hello.
Lori, honey, you need to talk, and you need to get this vengeance out of you.
Yes.
All you're speaking of right now is what I refer to as the tricky little bastard called the ego. It's making you think you have to fight. And you don't.
No, but I'm a little bit nervous being on air.
No, I know, honey. I know. I know.
I think that's more my issues. I'm a little nervous being on air because I've never been on air before. And you're asking. You are definitely asking personal things like, me not seeing my son is going to upset me. It's going to make me feel sad, of course. These things are blown out of proportion. Yeah.
You know what? You're going off all the time, and all I'm feeling is I've got to get this out. I've got to get this out. I totally get that. What we're trying to do right now, this is why you're here, hon. This is the gift we're trying to offer you.
Mm-hmm.
So don't throw it back in our face, please. I'm trying to give you peace because you are at war with yourself within. Talk to a two-spirit. I'll tell you all about inner war. All about it. What I need you to get here is exactly what Carol was saying and what we're trying to convey here, because when we're caught in that vengeance, which is where you're at, you're lashing out at everyone, based on things, we all got cheated, sweetheart. We got cheated hardcore, but we were part of that equation. What I learned to do, what my experience was looking at it for what it was. The deceivers are everywhere, okay? And that which we are projecting out of ourselves is exactly the magnet that you're going to pull everything back in. So if you feel the need to defend against the dark, well, guess who's going to show up? And that's our own internal war. That's got nothing to do with anything outside of you. And what Carol was saying is, we are all of creation. We're the little sparks of the all-spark. We have to take responsibility for our particular piece of the puzzle, our particular spark. And the harder we fight, there's the resist. Okay, the longer you resist something, what is a cyst? You want them? Go ahead, keep doing what you're doing. What you resist will persist, it will be on you. And this is why.
Okay, so give me the solution.
Well,
the exact solution to change my life now. Boom.
Well, you have to make that choice, and that's it. That is the solution. You got to go within, and you got to start looking in your own mirror instead of projecting everything out and blaming everything outside of yourself. This is what
I'm not blaming. By now, I should have taken iridology. I wanted to take Muay Thai by now. I wanted to take acupuncture.
Lori, listen to you. I, me. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I need. That's ego. That is pure tricky bastard.
No. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Sure it is.
This is the path of things that I want to study, and I haven't been able to.
Of course. You're too busy fighting everything.
So I feel behind, like in my studies and what I want to do. And
yeah, you know what? I would love to be with my children and the family that they ripped apart. Absolutely. I know exactly why it happened. It had to, because if it hadn't happened, I wouldn't have the truth that I have right now. And that's all I'm trying. That's all I'm trying to share with you. And you got to stop hating your situation and start learning from it. Because while you are busy beating the shit out of everything you think you need to beat the shit out of, you were party to military. You were you're getting a government check. While you do that, or while
I'm not getting a government check. That's what I'm trying to tell you all.
I know, but you want it. So while you want it, you are owned lock, stock, and barrel as the slave you are. That's what the system is. This is what we've been exposing, hon. This is why you need to spend a little bit of time. I don't know if you can get on and get some past, even the last week, that will blow you away. But what we need is, here's one comment, absolutely. Lori needs healing. You need to heal, hon. And this is what we're trying to do. And the longer we hold on to these pieces of anger and shit and garbage, the longer we own it. And the longer we play in their system, the longer we're assisted. Well, they will assist us anytime we need. And all we have to do is beg and plead for it. It's called applications, licenses, taxes, you name it. What is Caesar's is Caesar's, hon. And I do not expect a damn thing from them, nor do I want to be responsible for taking blood money, because that's all money is. It's all blood money. And the governments are the worst of all in handing out blood money. Mm-hmm. Right? It has to change here.
Money is definitely the root of evil.
Yeah, what has to change here is the intent, right? There are people that are, have worked their lives, and they've asked me, I'm talking senior citizens, well, what do I do as far as the pension and all the rest of it? I have nothing else. You know what? You stay the course. You know the intent now of what is going on, and you just take what you need to survive. Now, I'm going to take out of this equation here, so bear with me on this, all right? Mm-hmm. Okay? You leave that fight. You know what? Someone that's a senior or whatever, I'm there. I've got the torch. You sit back. I got this. Okay? I take responsibility for it. They can be at peace. And I don't go out of my way looking for this, that, and the other. I don't. Like I said, I haven't received an income, and the only saving grace I've got right now is what I had managed to put away and hide. It's gone now, but what I'd managed to, and the help that I get on occasion when I very rarely ask for it, because I don't like asking. That's how stubborn Irish I am. People say, well, where do I've had a few people lately decide, well, how do I do this, that, and the other? And so, okay, well, I'll get back to you. And I never do. and Tony will tell you, he's in the same situation. We're all in this situation, hon. And what we can do is, you're on Facebook, yeah?
I went to go off of it because I kept, I have people that are positive on it, of course, but then I have people that, just target and bash, and I just have no time. I tell them back, you know what?
You know,
like, you don't know the situation, the story, and I say...
They push your button and you explode. Stop.
Actually, no, I don't explode. If I would have exploded, I would be in jail.
Lori, I'm being figurative here. Let me share this with you. When someone pushes your button, you react to it. You got to. That is your choice. Hang on. Then you're agreeing. Hang on. You're agreeing to be offended. You're not laughing at it. I'm going to fight back. Okay, that's what's happening, and that is ego. This is what we have to strip off. And it's not you. You're the most beautiful thing in the universe. I know that because you're me. And what I'm trying to do is scrape that garbage off so that you can see you. And this whole system has got us embroiled in this garbage. And there are many now, countless thousands, if not millions, that are awakening to this. This is what the awakening is. And we're letting that shit go. There's, you know what? How many problems does the war solve? None.
None.
Right, and if you're at war with
aliens on this show.
Oh yeah. We cover it all, honey. We cover it all, and we look at it from as many perspectives as possible because we're here to learn.
Because I have that kind of communication. I've had that happen as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We have people on with that kind of communication. Absolutely.
Well, we have
just
aliens
the best in the world
walking around every day anyway. So.
Yeah, well, they live, right? Tony, jump in here. Yeah, share some insights.
Yeah, Paul Hellier, who we had on the show a couple of months back, was actually going through the Congress disclosure thing over in the States at the moment. But he's saying the same things as he was on the show. You know, we know they're there. We know the technology's there. You know, that it's time for disclosure because we're being led straight into a trap. Again,
exactly.
We're discussing all the walls of the trap, and money is another wall of the trap. Same as the legal system and the medical system, the political system, and all this shit is entrapping us. And you know what's been happening is we've been acquiescing to it without knowledge of it. And you know, so all of these things have got to be discussed, aliens included. Yeah, they exist. Get over it. You know, and that's what we need to do, and that's what we try and do on the show. We had an ex-police superintendent, I think he was, or even higher, Gary Heselton on the show, and he was the guy that set up the website for policepressure.co.uk, which is where, you know, police can go to try and get some help from somebody who actually knows what's going on within the force. And he's also set up a UFO disclosure situation because the MOD have closed the casebook on the, you know, the UFO situation basically because they're about to pull off one of the biggest heists of the human race. And again, we've exposed that. We've had a counsellor on the show that's an active counsellor, Simon Parks, and he's given his own first-hand experiences of several different races of beings, including reptilians and I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Mantid type beings and cat beings. So yeah, we've had it all on this show. You know what I mean? So yes, we talk about aliens, hidden technology, Tesla technology, free energy, anti-gravity, the lot. There's no holes barred. So yeah, I mean, just on that one, what's your experience on that front then?
Well, before we go there, that's why I was trying to jump in, Tony. We do have another caller with the hand up, so I'm going to bring them in. But I'm going to give you an example of the little bastard, Lori, and we all have one, and we got to learn to spot it and kill it, basically. When I mentioned to you about Facebook, you immediately went off into all the reasons why I would or would not use it instead of simple yes or no. What I'm trying to do is how can people get a hold of you if you are needing help? That's what we do.
I actually have been on Facebook for quite a while, and I post a bunch of things on Plenty of Fish all the time because I know people are bored and read that like crazy.
Okay. Well, reach out, honey. Just reach out. If there's things that we can help with, then reach out. How do people get a hold of you? That's all I'm asking.
My phone number as well. I don't know if it gets blocked. My emails. I've given my number and my emails to plenty of people, but sometimes I wonder if they're being blocked.
Well, they're not being blocked right now, sweetheart, and whatever means people can get a hold of you, I would just share that right now. That's the other reason why I'm talking on here.
On Facebook, Lori, Lori, Davidson, -Hoyes, Hoyes. My phone number is 289-400-7710. My other number is 289-400-7701. My email address is ancient_healing@hotmail.ca. And, that's it for now, because I'm not really big on using technology.
No,
I'm not on
hear
Twitter.
you.
I'm not on Skype. I'm not...
Well, again, this is about using the tools and not being a tool, you know? So that's why we use these, right? I love using their tools against them. That's how I see it. You know, it's like when people talk about internet censorship or surveillance, I'm going, good, because if they're not surveilling me, how the hell are they supposed to learn anything, crying out loud? You know, put it in the mirror. You see, this is what I mean. Everything that you think is negative, put it in a positive. And it'll change it around. And you're in a bit of a pickle right now with regards to where you're at. You cannot be there. Hang on, you're in the Southern Ontario area. I'm trying to get this info out, okay? You're in Southern Ontario. If there's anyone who can help, to get in touch with you. I mean, I'm in my own pickle right now by the grace of universe. All right, be like going, don't have that option. So, hey, listen, if they didn't steal my house, you would have a place to be. That's the end of the story. That's the way I live.
Thanks.
You know, so. But I do want to bring this caller in because they've got their hand up. Get some questions and comments. Let's get this. We got 45 minutes, so we've got plenty of time to have some more fun. Okay, area code 91847. You are live.
All right. This is Midwest.
Hey, Midwest. Oh, my God. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Excellent. Good to have you.
Lori, my heart goes out to you. Well, first of all, I want to say, Kate, after my own heart. I hear you, baby.
God bless. Thank you.
Anyway,
Just
Lori...
pray for my son, please.
Well, honey, that's what I want to talk to you about is sons. You see the glass empty, or half empty. I see my glass half full. My son was taken from me at 22. He's dead. He was murdered.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
Oh, God.
So you have so much that you are so busy beating yourself and the world up around you that you don't smell the roses. Your son's alive. Remember that. As long as there's life, there's a chance to do something different tomorrow, today.
Well, I do every day. And I help people. I meet other people that are victims as well. And
you can't help anybody unless you help yourself first, Lori. I'm an old woman today, and the powers that be have literally whooped me up one side and down the other. If you had all day, and that might not be long enough to tell you what they've done to me. I mean, they literally killed me twice, and the Christ Godhead brought me back, literally.
Yeah, I think I've been killed as well, but I don't know how many times.
But I don't dwell on those things, hon, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, neither do I.
But you have so much pent-up energy there that needs to be directed towards positive things. You have so much going on for you.
That's why I load the grid with light. Okay,
I'll jump in. Laura, I'm going to jump in here for a sec because I need you to really get this, okay? Because what you're doing is you're negating everything that Midwest is trying to share with you, right? That is ego. That is, I know, but I do this, I do this. I'll tell you something. My ex, Sue, was a Reiki master. I know a couple of them. And I will tell you this right now. I would not let any of them touch me because they hadn't solved their own energy, and there's no goddamn way I'm going to let someone that can't solve themselves think they can heal me. So what I would ask you to do until we get you sorted out, do not attempt to heal because you will be hurting. I know, I felt it. I'm talking not with you, with the ones I've dealt with. The ones that think they are healers and are trying, and the heart is in the right place, but everything is going backwards and they are shredding people. So I'm going to ask you right now to step back, heal thyself, know thyself, and know what anger and everything else is not you. And I'm going to actually add a suggestion here from Kishi. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. I need you to look up Eve Lorgan on Facebook. Evie Lorgan. I can actually, well, if you're on Skype, I can put in direct touch with her. But she's dealt with people that have been in the situation that you're in right now, having dealt with entities and what have you. She does a beautiful overview on external influences. Because I'll tell you right now, and this is why I'm ridged the way I am. This is the empath. What I'm feeling and sensing from you is not you, and I know this. I don't think this. I know this. And there is shit attached to you, whether you think it is or not. I can feel
it's around me all the time. I just ignore it.
And you are the magnet for it. So I need you to heal thyself. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But there are people, beautiful energy beings that can actually get what is needed to you. Okay? This is what we do here. We do this together.
Well, this is obviously I've met you at the right time because now I'm entering this into the circle.
Yeah, well,
I'm leaving. I've learned how to walk out of the box, and obviously I'm entering the circle.
Well,
because I know what it's all about.
What you've done is you've walked out of the box and you've dragged a whole bunch of shit with you. We need you to put that back in the play box, okay? Seriously, we did too. We all done it. So don't think that you're special. We all are.
I think we're all special.
Absolutely.
I didn't say that. So
No. I speak.
I think we're all special, and that's what I keep telling other people that are in the box.
Okay, and we have another caller too. But Midwest, I'm leaving your line open and jump in. This is wide open, guys. So jump in when you feel the heart urge to do so. This is your platform. I just push buttons on and off the board. Fair? Yeah. I think that's
Lori, fair. I feel your pain. I've been there.
I
have been there, but I have learned to remain neutral because if the universe is about to bless us and we've got the block up, it can't come in. And anger, hatred, or animosity towards what's happened in our life, what's going to happen, or what we think will block all that energy coming that's about to change your world in the next second. Because I've had it happen for me. I know it's the truth. It's my truth, and I live that truth. I don't expect anything in the day other than to glory in the fact that I'm still breathing and above ground. I've got another day to try to work this out. I'm just one piece of the puzzle, and you're one piece of that puzzle, as Carol said earlier. But I was so angry at the world for so many years. And I couldn't understand. I have this gift of knowing things before they happen, reading people, and I thought it was a curse. It wasn't a blessing because everybody said, "Oh, you're so blessed." No, I thought it was a curse. I just didn't. I begged God to take this stuff from me. I no longer do that today. I am so glad I have that discernment because I have grown into this, and that's where you're at. You're starting to grow. But I'm with Kate on this. You have got to take time, step away from what it is you're doing, and work on yourself. Your energy will project out to those, the very ones you're trying to help, you're going to hurt. Not intentionally, but because
by pink lighting people that would hurt people?
Well, it depends where the light's coming from, okay? Because you have it in your own mind. And bear with me here. And by the way, area code 604-98, your line is open. I just wanted you to know that. What I'm speaking of here is if you have a tainted energy within you, regardless of your intent to help others, you're poisoning them. That's why I said...
By pink lighting people? By giving pink light?
What
pink
makes
light isn't even
Lori, doesn't... I know what you're saying. You're missing what I'm saying here. Okay, what I'm trying to describe to you is if you're coming from a poisoned position, which you are, I will observe that, and I'm only trusting my own feeling. When you claim to put out pink light for others, you are poisoning the living shit out of them. And you need to stop doing that until you get healed thyself. And this is exactly what Midwest is talking about. Yeah, I wake up in a prison every day, hon. Okay, you should try. You should hang on. You should try to. I wake up in a prison. Okay, this is where my truth comes from, and this is why freedom for me is such a real thing, and the only one that can set me free is me, my choice. So this is what we're I think collectively asking. This is group healing, hon. This works for all of us. This is helping a lot of people. So don't think it's just you, right? What we're doing here is trying to get things into your 0-point energy, neutral. And while you're swinging the axe on one side, you're way off in left field. That's ego. You got to get in your right mind. That's called creative love. And you got to bring it back to get it centered so you can see both sides of the same coin and realize instantly that it is a coin. There is no head or tail. That's the head of the dragon, the tail of the dragon. Which one are you fighting with? If you're fist fight, you've got the head to deal with. If you're carrying out...
Well, I use the Ming dragon, so I don't know. I use it for protection.
I'm being...
I use it for protection when
right. I'm being figurative here. I'm speaking metaphorically. I am a hermeticist, okay? This is how I speak. So you're either fighting with the head of the dragon, called fist fight, and it will chew your ass every time, or you're going to carry out the dead, and it will swat you with its tail. Best to get in the center where the heart is. That's what I'm saying. And right now, while you're in fist fight with vengeance, and I feel a lot of vengeance from you, and I know where it's coming from, and it ain't you.
I'd like justice. I'd like justice.
Yeah,
it turned into vengeance in the past month or two,
Seeking justice is seeking vengeance. What I'm seeking is the balance, the balance. And only when I find my center point, my 0 point energy, will that result happen. This is why I do these shows 7 nights a week. This is where we gather. This is where the angels gather, hon. And this is where we heal each other. There is no one picking on anyone here. What we're looking for is all the things that we have been through have picked apart in ourselves. And we're speaking from experience, and we just wish to share that. If you want that, that's fine. And if you don't, that's fine too. Your choice. I will not trespass your free will. Area code 604, did you get your line open?
Am I on?
Yeah, there you are. I just want to make sure everyone that wants in is in.
Okay. Oh, can I go ahead now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hi, Kate. It's Patty from the other night. I was on.
Hey, Patty, how are you? Yes.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Wow, what a show. You know, Lori, I am tingling with the feeling of what you're going through. I'm so glad you came on. It's taken a lot of courage for you to come here and to be on the show.
Thank you.
I know
so
all
much.
about that. You're in a really tough spot, but you know what? I believe that this is the precipice for you right now. This is, this is sort of like we have all come together here to help you get out of the pit, and we're just extending an arm to you right now. We've all been where you are, and you know what? I have just recently come out of where you are, and I can relate to this so much. And I was so sick because of the anger and frustration that I held within my body, and that's where my illness was coming from. And you know, I was living in a Westphalia, a 25-year-old Westphalia. It had no heat, in the middle of winter in Vancouver, pouring rain. I was so pissed off at God. You have no idea. I didn't have the water working. I was in this Westphalia and freezing. And it wasn't until I wrapped my head around it when I said, there's got to be a reason for this. There's always a reason, and I try to flip it around to see what could possibly be good about living in this thing, because I was in it for a while. And what I realized is that I was living in a Faraday cage because I needed to. God knew how sick I was, and he knew that I needed to be protected from all of the rays that were being directed at me, all of the electromagnetic field crap that they throw at us. And that saved my life because I was grounded. I'm on rubber tires. I'm in a Faraday cage, and I'm spraying it with shielding on the inside. I was totally protected, but you see, it wasn't until I was able to turn that darkness into light and see he was protecting me. And I think until we get to that point where we can, as Kate has said, and many of us on the show say, we will not get out of the pit until we do that. Because this stuff that you're going through, and I totally get it. It's not going to happen. And, anything, when you talk about fighting or we talk about fighting, I did that too. I mean, listen to the show 2 nights ago. I mean, I was up against them too, to the point of almost death, like within milliseconds. But you know what? It wasn't until I realized that I had to fight this war with peace, because that is the only thing that will destroy the enemy, is peace and love, and project it back at them. Because if there's any talk about fighting, vengeance or anger or I'm going to get them or those guys are pissing me off, that's not what it's about. It's about, you know what, it could be me. Think of these people and just reverse it and go, you know what, it could have been me. We could, I could have been sent here as one of them. What would I like in return? I'd like somebody to help me and love me, because sometimes we're so blinded by our own events that we just can't see it. So I would, for some reason, God willing, a lot of us are able to turn that around and just go, you know what, let's just love. Let's stop the fight, because anything connected to fighting is hostile. I don't care if it's in peace. I don't care if it's covered in pink. If your pink isn't pure and your pink is coming from you, that pink is going out impure. I can't say it any other way. It's a magnet. It attracts. So the pink that you're throwing out, if there's any anger or vengeance, within you, it's going out with it. And you know what? The one thing I did notice about these, about the enemy, let's just call it that, is that they retaliate. They retaliate. So when you piss them off, they're going to come back and piss you off.
Yeah.
I found that you just need to sit, get your own peace within yourself, as Kate says, find that 0 point, and you know what? Once you feel yourself being anxious, angry, want to fight, whatever it is that takes you out of that peace, you're on the wrong path. You're not following behind God, because God is peace. When your peace is taken away from you,
that's exactly what I do. Is I pray. I mean, I pray all day.
But stay in it. Don't leave it. Like when you like, I can feel it. Like I know I was there. I'm telling you. You know, I thought I had this huge mission. I had to destroy them all. I created that. I created it by engaging myself in the fight. Once I took myself out of the fight, all my peace came.
So do you work with archangels when you pray, though?
No, I don't. I've just kind of come into this. I'm just sort of, I just found my peace, you know, and now for me to find my peace, I think, from now on, my life's changing, Lori, and I think that in order for our lives to change, my life has changed dramatically since I came to that place of peace. I stopped fighting. It's not my war. This is it's not a war anyway. This is about peace and love. You know what, I would just, for you, and I don't want to tell you what to do, but for me, this is what worked. I forgot about the fight. When you forget about the fight forgets about you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, and you know what, I get it. I so know where you are.
Yeah. Patty, and you were on just the other night, and I got to tell you, the twinkling of an eye has occurred with you, and I this is one of the joys that I get doing this, is when I get a chance to observe and see this literal within transformation. You are not going to solve shit outside of yourself. All you're going to do is, you know, you can throw it, like Patty was saying, that pink light, but I guarantee you it's poisoned until you get yourself solved. Yeah. I know it's not the intent. Certainly it's not the intent. But while we have any negative energy, what are we attracting? We are magnetic to it. And that's exactly, they got you exactly where they want you, and you were feeding their paradigm with all this hate, anger, anxiety, stress, blame, everything negative that you can come up with. And when we feed that into this system, we are just empowering it. So I'm asking you, please stop empowering it. It hurts me. It hurts everyone. Most of all, it hurts you. And I got Tracy in the call here, and I know she's chomping at the bit. She's a centaur, Sagittarius. Go ahead, Trace. What you got?
Oh, hi, everyone. Yeah, Lori, I want to talk to you too, sister, because you know, I'm feeling you, and I'm hearing that I don't think it's being presented totally clear for you. So let me add my perspective. Over the last 60 years, since the protests about the war, what have people been doing but putting out love and light? And we did it to a fault where we didn't acknowledge the shadow of each of our individual selves and of the collective, and what it in fact was manifesting. And now we see what it manifested. So each one of us are getting attacks, you could call it, or scenarios, or relationships are breaking up in all kinds of ways, whether it has to do with where we live or, who we talk to, because we're being forced, to deal with our shadow in order to merge. So there's your higher self, which has the desires to have the courses and the place you thought you would be, and then there's your shadow that's suppressed energy, and it might go back to past life, might go back to your childhood, but there's a pain there that's there to show you what you need to purge, and what that means is to look at it and see where did that come from? Where was that, a belief, or was that an injury, or so now you get a chance to say, what is this pain that looks like it's outside of me, but it's a mirror, and it's really showing me something that's going on inside of me. And then you got to go deep. You got to own that and discover the source of it, and that's our shadow. And when we accept and love our shadow side that's been ignored, and our ego side, or the one that feels humiliated, or the one that feels fear, or the identity that was never validated or acknowledged or recognized, but then we, because we're shifting into our heart, we have to love that shadow. We have to love it by putting the light of awareness and knowledge, and then we can connect with our higher self. Then we recognize our higher self is the one that has desires. and the conscious self is the one that's confused. You know, so it's the everything. What's the Hermetic maxim, Kate? As above.
Oh, as above, so below, as within, so without.
So without.
Oh, one sec.
So what?
Tracy, I want you to keep going here. I just want to let area code 51823 know that their line is open. So carry on, Tracy.
So is that making any sense, Lori?
Yeah, like I'm all new to this because I like I said, it just everything started happening really fast, like a real fast shift for me 4 years ago.
Yeah, you've been walking alone for a long time. Welcome home.
Yeah.
I told you that today. Welcome home.
Yeah.
We do this together, not fist fighting one against all. Been there, done that.
I wasn't even aware that there was a network of help though either. I mean until you contacted me.
Yeah, you just walked into a gathering of angels of the highest order standing on the highest hills here, and nothing will shake us.
God bless.
And Laura,
I know that.
You're right.
I've always had the faith. I've always had faith that it's going to come, but it's just
Lori, this is Carol. I'm going to say this, and then I've got to jump off to open my conference call. But back in '85, I was so angry at God with what I was going through, and I did all kinds of things. I was so bedbound depression I couldn't take care of myself for months and months and months and months, and I was self-employed, had no income if I didn't get my rear out of the bed and get out to do it, and I couldn't do it. And I heard about a man that got himself in a fetal position on the floor and started kicking and screaming and shaking his hand at God, so I tried that, and it didn't work. And then God let me rail against him for quite a long time. And then one day, for the first time in my life, in probably 1985, God came to me, and I heard his voice. And all I can say is when you hear God's voice, you know you've heard God's voice. It's kind of like black velvet. It's got the strength of a black color, but it's soft, and it envelops you with love. And this is what God told me. I heard him. He's talked to me twice in my lifetime. Once was in, the next one was in 2006. But this is what he told me back then when I was just starting into my spiral of really a death, if you will. And he said, Carol, if you don't go through these things, you will not be able to help those that come later. I am a way shower. I go through all this shit before everybody else does. So every one of us on this call that has found Kate of Gaia, thank you, Tracy. God love you, honey, that I found Kate. But every one of us on this call has been where you are now. So I encourage you to sit and think, go into meditation and just think about the things that people have given you as a gift on this call today. And we love you very dearly. We've been there. We know what you're going through. You're not so special that you get your ego out of the way. I'm so special. I just have to go all through this, and I'm not, I don't have any other peers. No. We're all part of you, and you're all part of us.
I know
okay.
that.
So relax and accept the love that we are giving you. And
I just wonder where everybody's been.
No, don't worry. We've been there. We bought the T-shirt, and I traded mine for a tank top. Carol, I need you to announce. I need you to announce your show because you'll be heading out of here in a few minutes.
Oh,
so
honey, I don't need to do that. People need to stay and listen to this dear sweet soul that needs your love and help tonight. I can do that another time. I love you guys so much. And enjoy the rest of this call. And Kate, I adore you. I love you so much.
Look at your mirror. Look how beautiful you are.
Well,
isn't it stunning? It's beautiful.
I have a hard time accepting compliments, but thank you.
Well, when you throw them at me, that's you, huh? So
well,
that was hot. That was nice.
Who we got? Area code 518. I hear another beautiful voice. Who we got?
Hi. I'm just dropping in. I want to say that I can relate to you a lot because you seem like a very advanced warrior, and you work alone. And when you work alone for so long, you become an expert in your field. And nobody knows what you go through. Nobody sees the struggles. Nobody sees
Thank you, brother.
the way you
Thank
do
you.
things. And what you have to realize is there are other people who are just as advanced warriors in different fields, just different puzzle pieces, as everybody said. And when you realize that everybody has their own puzzle piece, it's not that you're not as special, because you are everybody's special.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing it from a different side, where I'm just trying to say that, you know, you are special. Everybody is equally special. And when you've been working alone for so long, you're in protective mode. You want help.
For sure.
Found help. You found it at the right time. And there are no accidents. And you have to understand that people with equal qualities, like everybody on this call, all has gone through the same thing. And, you know, I guess when that happens, it's a lot easier to put down the stick, because right now I feel like you feel like you're backed into a corner, and you understand that it's help, but you have this mirror up where you're fighting help. Everybody was giving a little bit of information, but you felt that you already knew it, so you felt that you should.
I didn't understand because I was
but it's from
getting like
side.
tidbits, like a puzzle, like you have to figure out like a riddle.
Angle.
Yeah,
it's just
and it's very hard to comprehend.
Well,
I still don't comprehend a lot.
Well,
like I still feel like a baby in the park.
Well, no, Lori, again, we are all babes in the woods here, and we all come we all come with our own game save point, where we've got to a certain level where we get to pick different kinds of armor, different kinds of, and I'm going to use the allegory, different kinds of weapons and different kinds of things, and I use that in the most peaceful way. I'm just trying to give an allegory here. So what I need is, and again, there is no requirement whatsoever of feeling like, oh, I've done something wrong, or I need to defend myself, or no justifiers are required, hon, none at all, because we know your fight. We've all been in it.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to offer you are, well, here, check out this level up. Here, and I know Tracy's got a level up, and I know Carol does, and I know Midwest does, and I know everyone in this call does. Patty, and what's your name, by the way? And I mean that in the most customary calling sense.
No, it's fine. I'm not ready to. I mean, you're actually all helping me. This is the first time I've ever talked to anybody, so the name isn't important. The fact that you guys gave me enough courage to get onto the call is enough. And actually, the fact that you guys are respecting what I say is a big thing for me. So thank you all.
Well, look at you perfect mirror. And this is all we need to do with each other. We got to stop. This is from me, okay? This is how I look at it. Not a command or anything. What we have to do is stop looking at others as, well, someone's trying to pick me apart and someone's doing this and that. No. That's not it at all. What we're trying to share here, from my perspective, is to give all of us these most beautiful, glorious tools that we each have individually that makes us that special in that puzzle piece. As a collective, we create the puzzle together. And we all bring something to the table. Hey, listen, this is potpourri, guys, all right? This is potluck supper. What are you bringing? The table's set. It's already paid for. Belly up. And what are you bringing to the table? Oh, look, someone brought a pasta salad. Oh, look, someone brought this. Think of it as a gathering of angels at a table.
And then you have a beautiful dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Now we get to feast together, and we get to have a little piece of everybody. And when we do that,
wave the way they create their piece, and now it's all at the table. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, well, that's where I use a table analogy, because here we are, this beautiful gathering of angels with wings, guys. We're flying here, all right? And I'm enjoying every little tidbit that every angel brings to this feast, and I am filling myself stupid with it, and it's beautiful. So this is what we do here, Lori, and this is what you're a part of. And you need to know that you are the one of the all and all of the one, just like we all are. And we're bringing that beautiful collective consciousness, not the hive mind that they've programmed here. We're bringing that collective consciousness to bear against this hive mind. And it is crumbled. It's not crumbling. It is crumbled.
Good.
It is done. Now we need to stand. That's all we need to do is stand and hold our position. We got another caller in, area code 360. You having fun now? This is solutions. This is what we do. We don't talk about the bullshit. We do that on occasion just to show people contrast, but I don't wallow in that crap at all. Ask Tony. He'll tell you all about that one. Area code 36035. Your mic is open. Questions or comments?
Yeah, hi, this is Troy.
Hey, Troy, how you doing? I was hoping you were going to call in tonight.
Yeah, I waited till the last minute.
All good.
Giving everybody else a chance there. So, yeah, exactly what I was talking about. right before the show there. I'm interested. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to send it right now. You know, it's. I guess my question is do I wait for I guess the subsequent bullshit that's going to pop up to send it off to those different things, or do I send it off to do I send them off in advance?
Well, here's the thing. That template that I sent out today that you can get on my Facebook page, for those that are listening and that don't have Facebook, get on it and you'll get all the documents that I put up. And they are for all. I write them for me. These are my documents, and I send them out to show people what I am doing in my words. What I need people to understand is if you can resonate, follow your heart with them, and it resonates with you as something that is real and true, then by all means. If not, stay the hell away from it because you are not ready. And what you're saying, Troy, is so perfectly true. Find that which you can handle. I mean, even if it's just a matter of firing it off to a bunch of, registry offices or whatever, you're not picking fights there. But I'll tell you this right now. You take that document and you do a raised seal for yourself, just bottle cap. I don't care. Just raise the paper up. Because you are the king of the castle, queen of the castle, whatever the case may be. With me, it's going to go out with a family seal and my DNA on it because that is my spiritual essence. And what I say goes. In my world, no one trespasses.
For sure.
That's what
I just want to say also.
I was going to say that's what sovereignty is. And I hate using that term. I know who I am. That's all I will say. I know myself.
Yeah. Well, that's where I'm at. I've known it for years and years now. I could hit upon just about everything that was on the show tonight.
Ain't that the truth, huh?
Yeah. So it's something that I've known for, I guess the past 18 years. Is what I've been thinking this way since, just ever since. I guess I guess as we all are, it's in the back of everybody's mind. Something just is not right,
Well, all I've been looking for all along, Troy, is the 0 point. Where was the neutral, dual fraud? How is it happening on both sides? And once it's exposed, now it's a different game. And you stick that on something and you throw that into a court, they'll shit their pants. I promise you.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because just in the past few months, I got pulled in the court for some past crap. Trying to get more money out of it. Like, man, I'm done with it, And unbeknownst to me, I rebutted on the scene, which was good. But then I showed up in court, I've seen all this stuff after the fact. All I did for the first time was just stick my nose in the law and found out that, under the law I was right. And they were still trying to get me. Like, wow, this is crazy,
Well, they do want their pound of flesh nearest the heart because that's the dead trying to carry out the dead. I'm just not dead anymore. And they know it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. So that's, I guess what I'm wondering is, I survive on cash pretty much. I have for most of my working career, and the various things that I've done. So I'm just looking to get up enough cash. I don't want to throw it out there yet. Just to get enough cash to get that Searle effect generator going, and then it's game over. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hear you. And there you are using the skin of our brothers and sisters with the right intent to save them instead of consume them. That's what consumers are.
Yep.
And only by changing our intent can we nullify the curse of what we call money. Now I'm just handing that curse back to those that placed that debt upon us unknowingly.
Yeah, for sure.
Mom and Dad gave a gift. What did they give back? Obligation. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more aiding and abetting in our own fraud. Thank you very much. And by the actions, the system is known. It's a very harmful system. So it's already judged. It's judged itself. I don't need a court for that. No. I am the court, baby. I got eyes.
It was crazy. All I did was speak the truth. And, I walked out of there in dead silence.
Oh, yeah.
I had my hands up in the air, and the judge didn't say another word.
They know better.
I looked at the prosecutor, his mouth was dropped. I looked back at the, whoever the court gal there, She handed me the papers with a little smile on her face, and I was like, wow. About 5 people beat me out of the courtroom. Like, man, I'm going to read the law before I do this, It was great. Just
Well, now you know how to stand in absolute honor. Turn it around.
Sure.
Are you trying to aid and abet me into incriminating myself by using something that doesn't belong to me, was created by the state, for the state, and of the state? Is it your willful intent that you do this so that I, confess to being something that I am not? Are you shitting me? Is that your intent? Come on, bring it on, Judge. Oh, wait a minute. I remember a certain guy bowing to me on that one.
Yeah, I guess I would also like to say something about even how the law itself. This is how this is all clicked together for me. Just some experiences that I've had in the past. Some on plant medicines and some not on plant medicines. Actually, the more revealing not on the plant medicines. Totally spontaneous, so I've seen the crown. I know it's real. I know all this stuff is real,
Yeah, well,
I might have got...
I was going to say, you're standing in Oz with your eyes wide open. You know it ain't Kansas, baby.
Yeah, I've known it for a long, long time. I was off the grid for quite a few years, about 7 years, and off the grid, I mean not on paper anywhere, I worked for several different mafias, so wherever I went, I didn't have to worry about the law. Every time I jump back in to the corporate self, I see that's what it is now. Then you got to deal with it. It's like, man, it's just horseshit,
Night and day. Now, I was going to ask you, Troy. Do you have Skype?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I'd love to chat. I'd love to chat with you off air, my friend. So I've got you on Facebook. So I would love to hear from you. And
totally.
Yeah, my Skype is katie.renee.thompson, Katie. This you can play back. You'll want it. You'll want this. Everyone. That's what I tell everyone. I urge everyone to download these episodes. katie.renee.thompson. Send me a contact request. I accept all requests to Facebook, kate.renee.5, kate.rene, only one e, the number 5. Okay, so I accept all requests, and of course I know you when Facebook asks, because I love screwing stats up. We have another caller in here too, by the way, Troy. So I'm going to bring them in because we're going to be off the air in about 9 minutes. So we'll probably roll a bit into the recording part of it, so those that have called in will be in the call. If you want to keep on listening, just stay on the phone or call in before we go off air, otherwise you can't get in. All right, so I'm going to bring the caller in. Great stuff, man. I want to hear from you, and I want to talk a little strategy with you, because I like talking with those that know who they are, and I can give you a little bit more firepower. Let's just say the document, as it stands, will make a lot of people nervous. So
I read right through it. The last 2 months I've been studying, so I was reading it and understanding, like, wow, this is it.
Yeah, bingo. Nothing like cutting the throat of the dragon. I love it. It takes one to slay one. Area code 412-58. Your mic is open. What do you got?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, Kate.
How are you?
I can't believe I finally connect with you. My name is Claudie. I'm in Pittsburgh.
How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful now. So are you. I listen to you every day. Every day. I listen to you. You make such a big difference in the way I feel about me, about the world around me. and I can tell you, like how many times I hear people, and I hear you telling people not to be afraid, and they don't understand. Fear is delivered. You don't have to accept delivery.
Yep.
Fear it's delivered all the time. It's being delivered. It's not here. We were not born to be afraid. It's delivered to us in that possible way. People need to understand that.
Yep. Fear is for the dead, hon.
And you just have to say, no, I'm not taking delivery today. I'm not accepting. You don't have to sign for
Look, we have a brand new breed of postal worker. I love this. Going postal on UPU. I love this. Keep going, kiddo. Keep going.
And love in itself is a direction, and we just need to follow that direction. It's a line. It's a line to follow through, and there's no fear in there. And there's no way to get people to understand why we are so toxin with fear. I love you, Kate. You are the most beautiful being I have never heard in my entire life.
That's your mirror talking. You see, this is a perfect example of how I see you. And when people finally understand, when they finally know that they are the most beautiful creation in this universe, the mirrors shine brightly. And that's exactly what I'm experiencing. And this is why I have such a joy in humility, in knowing, because this is something I know. I don't believe this. I know this. And this is why I fight so hard, and I use that figuratively, to strip away the tricky little bastard that's interfering with what I want to see, and that is you, the most beautiful, shining ember of creation, little spark of the all-spark, and I'm just watching you come to light. And you are the light. You know, we don't worship the sun because we don't need to. We are the sun.
No! Yes! We are the sun. And you know, this, what we see in this physical realm, it's not it. They are, when I close my eyes and my body goes to sleep, I travel. I go to places where it's so wonderful. My nightmare is when I wake up. When I wake up, I said, crap, I'm still here.
Oh, how did that happen? Yeah, I do that every morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you should check it out with me too. You know, when I have to go tinkle, I'm going, oh yeah, right, forgot. Yeah.
I go, crap, I'm still here.
I'm still here, and I still have the wrong luggage.
Yeah, and I'm saying, what is it for? I keep asking, what is it for? And people used to say, family, friends, they used to say, you sleep so much, you must be depressed. No, I'm sleeping because I don't want to wake up to this nightmare. When I sleep, it's so beautiful. Everywhere I am in my sleep, I never have nightmares. Never.
No, we just wake up to them.
It's always beautiful. Yeah, it's oh, beautiful people, harmony, love, everywhere. It's always light. I never have nightmares or bad dreams, and there's no way to express that because no one knows. No, people just don't know who they are. And I love you. I love Santos. I love Tony. I love Carol. I love Patty. I love everybody who comes on your show, and especially you. You are beautiful. Oh.
Careful, I might actually start developing an ego here. You know that.
The ego has its place. Oh, it has its place. We need it. It's a presence. That's all it is.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's a tool of communication. And once we get the tricky little bastard into the corner where it needs to be, sit, stay, don't move.
Yeah, it's actually a shame.
That's when we know who we are. We cannot travel without it. What we become is the higher self. And we take that little puppet called the ego and we start controlling it instead of having it being the puppet master over us. And that's all we do. This is turning the tables. This is as above, so below. I think it's time to, kind of reverse that because it says so in Hermetics. As below, so above.
I do live like that.
I got to do. I've got to do a quick shout out here. We're going to roll past the hour, but I got to do a quick shout out. I'm eternally grateful to criticalmassradio.co.uk, as we all are. This is the gift that Paul, Lisa, and the crew at Critical Mass have given us, where we can gather and get this into the consciousness where it rightfully belongs, where we change this universe because we are changing within ourselves. We will not see change until we do that. Thank you so much. And then keep going, guys. We'll roll past here. And everyone's mic is open. You guys can just jump in whenever you feel like it. So it's a party. Welcome to the 11th house of Aquarius, where most of my planets rule.
I am Aquarius.
Yeah, then you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Me, I'm just
Thank
Gemini.
you,
I just think. You know?
Oh, well, we both air signs, that,
Yeah.
I feel the connection,
Oh yeah, we're mutable
I do.
and we airy fairy float around. Well, you can't be a swan otherwise, so I just bring that to the table. And as soon as people start to really understand themselves, this is why I'm so happy. Santo is now in Ecuador, as far as I know, based on the timing, and he will be shooting a movie with Johnny and the crew, and it's going to be something. And I do want to do a shout out before we go off the air. Anything you can help with in terms of flowing to the project, you can go to bonaccithefilm.com, and I'm going to do a shout out for Lori here as well. If there's anyone that can help out and start showing this light and love that we are all part of the collective, get a hold of her on Facebook. Just grab the archive for the contact info, and we go from there, guys. We do this together.
I do. Thank you, Kate. Stay beautiful. Don't ever change.
Well, I'm going to get better. If that's okay. We all are. That's the joy of this. It only gets better from here. I wrote a song called that. It only gets better from here.
Yes. Can I say one more thing? Can you please remind some of people who are listening and who doesn't know that the mind has no inner authority? See, you cannot use only the mind for everything. It has no inner authority. It'll tell you to do all kinds of crazy things.
Follow your heart.
The authority we have is within, and God do have a voice. The voice is inside, and only individually we can hear it. It doesn't speak to everybody in the tribe. It speaks within, and we just have to listen to it rather than giving the authority to rule our lives. That's really what I had to say.
Well, that is the deception. I love you too, hon. Everyone listening, and know that to its fullest unconditional sense, and you'll start getting a grasp of who and what it is I am. So we just went into recording, by the way, guys. So just to let you know that those that are in the call are in the call, and if anyone else wants to join in, well, they know how to. Yep, there we go. I just got one, so I'm going to bring Donna in, and
yes.
Sorry,
I'll be listening to you.
Well, I'm leaving your mic open, so I do that with everyone, much to the chagrin of Tony and everybody else. But that's how I fly, It's like, this is your table, belly up. Right, Tone?
Absolutely. That's the one.
The more the merrier. The more the merrier.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Bab. Thank you very, very much for your kind words. Really appreciate it, and I'm glad to hear that we are making that difference to the way you see the world.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're beautiful, Tony, and you guys have no idea. The way I live and the way I come from, this and that. But after connecting with you guys and listening to you, I know that I am with all of you, and I feel great. I feel wonderful, because a lot of times I feel so alone, and I'm thinking, am I the only one who thinks about God?
No, you are. Well, why wouldn't you? You are God. So we gotta get over that. That's a real big hang up with everybody. I did have a question from Ninja. I'm trying to bring Ninja into the call as well as Donna. Their lines are both ringing. But I had a question from Ninja. This one's for Troy. How much do you need for this generator, Troy?
Well, I'm just looking into it. Started looking into it. I'm actually going to have to. I'm not going to go to the company. I'm going to take one of these grandkids to lunch and pay for their time and have them maybe smash out the numbers on it. And then I'll know for sure. I just want to find out if it could be built. I got a friend who's a machinist next town over, about 10 miles, and he can probably build the first two circles at his place. Then he knows of some place here in the Portland metro area where they could probably fashion the last one. I don't have. Once I know it can be done, then I'll once I talk to these guys, then I'll know the dollar amount. Tony might know that. I'm sure he's probably into it. I don't know.
Yeah, Tony's chomping right now. Go, Tony.
This is what I was going to say, Troy. I don't know how deeply you've investigated it, but one of the key things that makes the Searle effect generator work is the magnetic imprints that he's put into the rollers. I was wondering if you're even aware of that.
No. I mean, I haven't even got that far into it yet. What does that entail?
Well, that's a very complicated.
Can I jump in here for a sec? We got a lot of clicking going on. So if you can, I'll leave your mics open. If you have a mute or something to that effect, it would be greatly appreciated because it's really clicking over top of everything here. So carry on, Tony.
Yeah, as I say, it is a very complicated situation. But if you can connect with me on Skype, Troy, I can actually point you to a company that's manufacturing 0-point generators in America right now.
Beautiful.
And these are off the shelf. They're ready to go. Plug and play.
Oh. What's the dollar amount?
Again, you'll have to do some research, but I've got the link to the website. Just
cool.
give me a few seconds. I'll see if I can find it for you.
Cool, man.
Okay, I think we got Donna in the call, and we got Ninja. I've also got area code. I've also got area code 417, so I'm opening up the mics, and let's just go to town here. Do you believe me now that you found home, Laurie?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm still kind of like trying to take it all in.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Get used to it.
Yeah, it's a great one, though. It's nice
Hi,
to be able
Laurie.
to breathe. Hi.
Hi, Laurie. This is Ninja. I wanted to say I'm very happy that you came into this family when you did, because you really needed it. I was listening to you at the beginning, and it was making me feel quite bad. You know, the energy that was coming off. But I think that's already healing. It's already changing. I can already hear that. So I'm really happy for you, and stick with us, and don't negate what you've been told this evening or this afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Okay?
Thank you. God bless.
We love you. Okay.
Yeah, it's only because we give a shit, kiddo, and that's why you're on the call. When you contacted me, I already knew a lot of the stuff that you had possibly been through. You can't do over 5 years of radio of this caliber and the people we bring into it and not get a handle on it and be a good observer. So this is why it's critical. This is where we all started. We all had to heal ourselves, come to terms with things, and then once we do that, we gather. And this is a whole different kind of army. It is one of consciousness. It's not one of physical, I need to beat the shit out of something. And evil will kill itself. That's by definition, evil must. I just kind of have a bulldozer to, gently nudge it along. That's all. That's it. Go ahead, Tony.
I just want to finish off on that free energy machines, Lawrenceville Plasma Physics Incorporated. That's Lawrenceville Plasma Physics Incorporated. You find all the information there.
Plasma Physics Incorporated. Right on. Thank you, Tony. I got to get that Skype thing, too. I'm going to have to go to some...
Oh, yeah.
Where do I get one of those things?
Do you have a shack or something? No, Skype. You just get a headset. You can get those at Business Depot or Staples or whatever for $20. I've been doing radio for years on the same one, and just download Skype. It's free, and Skype to Skype is free around the world. Why do you think I can talk to everyone as much as I do? This is why.
I've had friends tell me to get it, and I'm just like,
No, you need it, buddy.
It seems like a good time as any.
Yeah, you want to chat with us for any length of time? That's what you need to get. And I'll put you in the rooms and in the loop with everybody. And if you've ever felt alone in your life, well, sorry, that's over now. You've only got thousands.
Yeah, that's it. Now everybody's waking up quick.
Yeah, this is exponential now. And when I hear the people on this call tonight, you have no idea the elation I get from it, because it's like, yes, they're getting it. They're waking. They're finally coming out of this slumber. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. Wakey. And I know I just got a vibe from Tracy. Go ahead, Tracy.
sorry, I was pacing, listening.
That's the energy I was feeling. I knew you. Go for it.
Yeah, no, this is great. Oh.
Yeah, you're there.
That's an ad pop. Oh, there's an ad popping up on my screen. I hate those pop-ups. Yeah, no, this has been a really great last couple of weeks, actually, Kate. You know, you were expressing a lot of angst not too long ago yourself, right?
Well, that was I told you why. That's my frustration with me not being able to communicate what I wanted to. And, you know, you put a Gemini in that position, we bring a shovel and beat ourselves over the head with it. Trust me. That's what you were experiencing. So I finally got the document put together today. There's so much more I could add to it, but it has the meat. Well, not the meat, the potatoes and the fruit and everything on the table. I'm a vegetarian, right? So it has that in it now. And what I've been experiencing over the last number of days, actually the first real turnaround for me was the show I did with you and Dave on Wolf Spirit, where that was the first time I was able to convey in words what I've been trying to say for years. And you know, and now
I got it.
Now it's just cascading, and this is why the energy shifted. Because, quite frankly, you heard the show last night.
Yep.
That's me, and that's what I got yanked out of. I just want to go home. I just want to go home, and I had a job to do, and still have work to do. But the work is now, it's not physical. It is all spiritual, and it's about turning that switch and having that beautiful twinkling of an eye moment that is coming very, very quickly.
Well, last night was definitely 5D. That was in 5D, that whole happening. And when we talk about what happened yesterday, or when we talk about and meet somebody at their anger and pain, we're slipping back. We're slipping back to lend a hand, to, you know, reach out into that 3D again, to like pull up again to a higher frequency. And, you know, that's what I feel like is happening. We're going, you know, between dimensions now. It's depending on, you know, where we're at.
Well, that's it. I mean, I lived my life in 5D, if you will, music and whatnot. And then, of course, I get yanked into 3D with the rest of these meat sticks that are, you know, robotics, automatons that don't know who they are. They're fast asleep. And they think nothing of going out and beating the shit out of somebody just because you carry ID. Well, sorry, don't do that anymore. And that's one more note I do want to add. Do not carry any handmade identification with the name on it or anything like that. The only thing, if you are going to walk this walk, the only thing you carry is the proof of fraud, and you hand it to them willingly. Here you go. This is the only thing the government ever sent my parents, and it's pure fraud. I can't use it for identification, but that's the only thing I've got. So here you go. Offer them up their own demise. They run very quickly. You want more information on that? Notacitizen.com. Beautiful info there. Area code.
And the other thing.
Oh, I just want to say, area code 41736, first two numbers, your mic is open. Carry on, Tracy, and then jump in, 417.
Well, I just want to say about the, you know, carrying documents. People are concerned about their care card, but with the birth certificate, if you are in an emergency situation, you know, they're not going to turn you away. You know,
they can't.
It works.
They can't.
They can't, exactly. So it's one contract. You don't have to have that care card or any of your other contracts. Or your name now. I just dropped my name. And, yeah, it's great. But that care card is one not to worry about if you're carrying the birth certificate or the lot birth record.
Yes, and something else that I have done, I have a name within that I will never share outside of myself. That is mine. Mm-hmm. And I will never let anyone ever hear it. I will never curse it with sound in the physical 3D. So that's something that I did for myself as well that really helped clarify what I was trying to get across. So area code 417, are you there?
Hi, Kate. Hi,
hey,
Tony.
How you doing, John?
Doing okay. This has been a wild call. Lori, you just were given a gift.
The mother load, baby, the mother load.
You got the mother load, and we love you, and we're glad you're here, but you need to just plug in. Just plug in, and if you get on these calls every day, you're going to experience things you just never imagined before. Every day, something new comes up.
Thank you.
It's just absolutely incredible. This group is growing, like Kate said, exponentially. I mean, every night I hear new people come on that I've never heard before.
Nice.
Isn't it awesome?
It is just absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I like to say...
Tony still on?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's here. One thing I do like to say, Lori, and all the new people, and there's nothing new about you. we're infinite. But about time you showed up. Where the hell have you been?
Woo! Love it.
Yeah, I'm still here, John, by the way. Cheers, mate.
Well, Tony, I wanted to thank you so much for posting that link yesterday about what happened in Germany. That blew my mind away.
Yeah, it cheered me up as well.
I was so excited by that. I thought, you know what? Maybe we need to start doing this all around the world, and instead of going into a confrontation, walk your little butt down to the police station and say, "Hey guys, we need your help."
Yeah, absolutely.
We want you to join us in the march.
This is what we were saying today about the military. We need the military. We need the police. We need the people inside to actually change and make a change. That's what we're telling everybody. That's what we're saying. That's exactly what it needs. The people inside.
That's what I keep praying for.
Inside.
I mean,
I know we have those people. Those people are there as well. We just have to help them.
Well,
there's more than you know. Yeah,
but the actual physical manifestation that happened it just blew me away. I was like, oh my, here we go. That was incredible.
Yeah, and it can change that quick, you know. It just takes them to do it. That's all it's going to take.
Yeah, hey brother, come on, get out here.
Kate.
Yeah, I'm just.
The universe gets our buzz too. They are so jumping up and down all over everywhere in the universe. That's on this planet. If they often, I mean, people don't think that they could hear us, but they do. And you, Kate, and everyone in your show is making a big buzz up there in the universe. And they all spin up and down. They finally realize that they are beautiful. They are light, and we could hear them. Just don't stop doing what you're doing. Don't stop.
You've got that one. We won't. And thank you.
Not while I have breath in this physical 3D music. Promise.
Totally.
I really liked what you said about fear being delivered, but you don't have to accept the delivery. I like that very much. I never heard that before. Thank you for that.
Fear is a learned behavior.
Yes.
Yep.
It's learned and it can be unlearned.
Absolutely, Donna. Let rip. You know, I read your posts in Skype all the time, and you're quite the sleeper, aren't you?
Quite the what?
The sleeper. What I mean by that is, don't let the mild-mannered voice and shyness fool you. This being can write.
Yes, I agree with that. It comes through. It comes through everything. There's a lot of bullshit happens there too. The rest.
Yeah, never mind that.
I ignore that now, Tony, as well. Laurie, can I message you?
Yeah, I'm here, sweetie. Hi.
I'd like to say to you, there is absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, can... What's the word I'm looking for?
You might need to repeat that.
There's nothing can break the love between mother and son. Absolutely nothing. And
no, I know that.
If you can just look at it, like, you know, you're in the same house, but he's just in a different room at the minute. And that's all.
I see him in front of me a lot. I see him in front of me a lot. And, you know, I hug him and I pray for him all the time, constantly. I've got pictures of him in my Bibles, and I have a little miniature Bible that somebody in St. Catherine's gave me, and sometimes I put it near my heart. You know, if I miss him a lot, if I feel a lot of pain in my heart, like I'll be going about my day, but if I feel the pain, I put the Bible right in my bra, and it's got his picture in it and white feathers that I've found. And in my other Bible, I picked 2 daisies, and I wrote his name on one petal and my name on another petal and pressed them in my Bible. So there's, you know, a lot of little things that I do to ease that pain through praying.
There's nothing will break that love, absolutely nothing.
No,
and he knows that. You love him. He knows you love him.
I know.
And I don't know if you've ever heard the expression, there's nothing lost in the mind of God, the right mind of God. There is absolutely nothing lost there, and that includes him. And that includes you, it includes all of us.
Yeah.
Yep, that one was a tough pill for me to swallow, especially with regards to my daughters and Sue and everything that was ripped apart in an attempt to break me. And I will say they came awfully bloody close. But again, the stubborn Irish bitch that I am said, "No, I'm not going to have any of that." No, I
just decided instead of taking any of that, you were going to, break the spell.
Yeah,
untangle, detangle, unravel, and then rebuild it and serve it back up in the form of what you've written for us.
Yeah, that's taking the gift that I really don't want, and I'm just handing it back, saying thanks, but no. Again, and this is the critical thing for me, that which you are affected by requires only your permission. So choose. Fist fight, hold the light, or carry out the dead. I chose 0 point energy, me, holding the light. And that's all we got to do. Everything in this universe is mental. We are all in the mind of Creator. We are but sparks of the all-spark. Let's party. I think that's a way better option.
Yeah. Amen.
Laurie, can I quickly say... Oh, sorry. Can I quickly say to Laurie, because I've just seen it, so I want to pass it on to you. I see a very big, comfortable armchair, and it's empty, and it's for you to sit in and just stop. Okay?
Thank you.
You don't have to fight anymore, because we're all doing it, and you need a rest. So please take that and take a seat.
Thank you. I definitely need a rest. Yeah.
You do need a rest. And really, trust us, you don't need to fight anymore. It's done. So just take a rest.
Take it easy. We got the torch. Relax, and then, you know, when you get your strength back and the healing within occurs, you'll know it. You will know it without question. Then you can, hey, there you are. Let's play. And it's all done with intent.
Yeah, the only reason there's any fighting going on, the only reason it's attacking you still is because you keep giving your energy to it in the form of the fight. What you got to do is turn it on its arse and say, no, you know, I love you, and then that way they'll leave her alone, because they're not going to get the energy that they crave from you. That's the point.
Okay.
That's right, Tony. But we don't want Laurie to feel that if she stops, things are going to be out of control. They're not, so she can relax. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do what I do, and I say this to myself all the time: breathe, Catherine. Just breathe. Ebb and flow. I am creation. And I'm pretty intensely difficult on myself. People think I'm a firecracker on the air. You should see the chainsaw I carry around with me for me. But that's where I go first. And, you know, I make very deliberate attempts every day to walk away and just go, nope, Facebook can wait. Nope, Skype can wait. I've got this document to write. And I literally have to fight that urge to go, I have to stay in touch. And you know, I've got a responsibility to people and everything, and on and on and on. So just know that we're in this together. We do this together. You know, if you're tired, if you're weary, just step back. We've got this hill, so just, you know, step back and just breathe. Get yourself fixed. Get yourself healed. And that way, when you send out the pink light, it hasn't got poison in it, because that's what it's doing. It's poisoning others. with
that was quite painful earlier. I was scared of that. That was making me nervous.
Yeah, me
so
too.
Thank you for sitting down in that chair, my love, and just chill your boots, because you're okay and we're okay.
That's a good example of how there's so much friggin' misinformation out there as well. People are so misinformed, and it's programs like this, shows like this, that actually show where the right information is and how it can be used and everything else. We definitely need a lot more of this. A lot more of this. Laurie, do you use sage at all?
No, I use dragon's blood or nag champa.
Might be an idea to look at using sage.
I don't like sage, actually.
Sage is a good one.
Sweetgrass,
sweetgrass and sage. Yeah, I use sweetgrass and sage.
I've never liked sage. That's why I use dragon's blood is my favorite.
I'm talking
vanilla as well.
On the form of the smudging stick.
I know. I used it when I started to practice, and I really don't like it. The smell is not relaxing to me.
Well, you'll find, Laurie, you know why it's not relaxing to you? It's because of the energy that you're conveying.
Yeah. Somebody else is being irritated by it that's around her.
Yeah. So you're a wide open channel to that. So make sage your new best friend. Smudge.
Yeah. And when you get a reaction like that, you have to think, is that me or is that what's going on around me? They react.
I was using it. Sorry to cut you off.
No, I'm finished now.
Sorry. I was using it, but my son was the one who hated it. And he was like, anytime I used it, he really didn't want me using it at all. And
maybe your son was sensitive to what was going on, and he was reacting. And
Yeah, and so when he was at school, I would take to the house, and then I'd put incense so he wouldn't smell it. You know what I mean? And then I got to the point where I was just using crystals. And because I've been in that situation for quite some time, I've only been able to use crystals and afford crystals and load them, and that was it. And then the prayers.
And again, I'm going to go to Tony on this one about crystals and whatnot. See, here's the thing: when we are at war with ourselves, and that energy is just going out helter skelter, even when you're handling crystals and everything else, you are infusing that. So that's why we need to get inside right bloody quick, sort it out, and go, it's not my problem, and whatever we've been involved in, there was a lesson in that, and I mean I spell that with an E-N, not an O-N, lesson, to make less of, and I'm very careful with the spellings. My intent is well and true. Now, where was I going there?
Crystals being programmed without your intention.
Yeah, if your energy, Tony, carry on. You know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. If you're using crystals, there are certain things you can do with crystals, such as power up crystal grids. Now, I'll give you an example. If you have got a bedroom with a bed in it, you can surround your bed with a crystal grid that will keep entities out of the way. And there's certain things that you have to do. First, you need to cleanse the crystals. Then you need to
I do that.
Yeah. You can obviously place them in running water and bless them. Various other things. I'm just going through really quickly here. And then you need to return the crystals to the earth so that they can get charged. And then basically you can put them under a full moon and various other things depending on what
I do that all the time. I do as much as I can, and I wear a lot of crystals actually because of the amount of things that have happened. Bronzite's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
and we need tourmaline and quartz with tourmalinated rods, and I've got a lot of crystals on me.
Well, we need to power you up so that they become effective to the degree that they should be versus, the energy contained within us is what gets infused as well. So this is why, again, this is about solving the as within, so without, right? Because if there's messed up energy inside of us, and that's ours to take care of, no one else, it is going to affect the as without. And again, like I said, Sue, love her unconditionally. She's got my heart, and I'm good with that. But I'll tell you.
Yeah, I feel my heart hurting right now, actually, since I've been on air.
Yep.
I feel the attacks coming, so I'm just ignoring it.
Yeah, well, there's no fight
Can
there.
I make a suggestion?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Claudie. I'm very familiar with Laura's talking about with the sage. What's important to know is that whether it's a crystal or plant, it's important to talk to it as if it is alive, because the plant takes on our vibrations. And so if you tell sage to clean you, to clear your mind, to clear your environment, and it'll do just that, and you'll become close to it, and it becomes a part of you, and it will alleviate, take away all the negativity. So because we buy it from the street or the stores, there's other deep energies who in it, and there's a money issue. But if you grow your own plants, sometimes it's better. But since we have to buy, we need to clear it and let the plant know what we're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Perfect. This, like I said, we're doing this together. We all bring something very important to the table because we all have had complete experiences. That's why I know that I am the net result of all the experiences of everything I've ever been through, all the people I've come into contact with, and all the energies I've been a part of. And you're it. That's why I know you're beautiful. Because I am just a collection of you. That's what experiences are. That's what consciousness is doing. It's experiencing itself. And when we start to see that and how important a role we all play, like I said, I don't care if you're a corner piece in a puzzle or one of the background pieces and everything else. If one of those pieces is missing, the picture will never complete. So they're all equally important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Laura, if you can get your hands on garlic and enzymes as well for the body, that'll clean anything.
I eat garlic.
Yeah, that'll clean anything out.
I love garlic.
The bloodstream as well. That isn't meant to be.
When you fight vampires, you tend to love garlic.
Yeah,
and the combination that and the sage is amazing. Really is amazing.
And of course, I always recommend a little bit of the neuron healing element called cannabis. Get your hands on that.
My favorite.
That's mine too. It's like I call it my sleepy time puff.
Rick Simpson will be telling us all about that next Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Yes, you'd mentioned that. I should probably mention tomorrow night we have Tammy Pepperman and Pat Tooley on Leaving the Farm. I sit in during those shows as well. We've been knocked off the air the last 2 weeks running, so it's going to be interesting to see. And of course, Thursday nights after from 9 until 11, I do a webinar. I'll be posting that information on my Facebook and Skype and whatnot. So if anyone wants to be a part of that, you can get information. Just send off a request to kenix@gmail.com. That's KENICKES@gmail.com. And the webinars, there is asking for a donation, but donation is not required. I give my time there, and any donations that go in go to the webinars. I see nothing of it, want nothing of it. I want to keep my message as pure as I possibly can. So if anyone's interested, again, don't feel obligated. If you want to donate to the webinars, Maria and whatnot, great. If not, great. It doesn't matter. If you show up, all are welcome.
Does Laura know to go to Syncrenicity.com?
Oh, we haven't even talked about Syncrenicity.
Oh, no.
That's our website, Syncrenicity.com. It's spelled SYNCRENICITY. And also keep in mind that these shows are downloadable within 10 minutes of going off the air or off the recording. So I would urge, Lori, if you can, download this episode, and that way you have all the information at your fingertips. And of course, others download these all the time. So again, the call out for help for you is you're in a precarious position right now. Let's let the universe do a little work. It's time for you to let go and watch what happens when you do.
Thank you.
The angels show up, hon. Watch.
You're loved, that's for sure. Otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right, Donna.
Yeah, it's about time you showed up.
Well, I wish I found you sooner.
No, you found us exactly when you were supposed to. Right? You see? All things for a reason. There are no coincidences, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. All the time. Right? All the time.
Laurie, if you'd found us sooner, you wouldn't have been as ready as you were today. And we still had to fight you today. So it's okay.
Okay, we love
it's
you.
the right time.
You know. Well, that's what happens when you show up in a gang of light warriors. Yeah. We're you, hon. We're
you get
you.
loved and loved and loved and loved. That's what you get.
Yeah, it took about 10-15 minutes, and then I decided to put my sword into the stone permanently.
Good. Leave it there.
Oh, that's great.
Arthur will be very happy.
Where's Carol?
Carol's on her. She does her shows on Wednesdays and Thursday nights. Her call-in. It's like a phone show that she does, and that's why I wanted her to give the information so I could repeat it for people that wanted to maybe call in on it. I do have the information somewhere, just not at my fingertips right now. So. Oh, and Jim, John. Yeah, I know you as both, so it doesn't matter. The document is in Katie's Cove. If you're not there, I'll put you there. But what I'm doing right now is I'm adding the file to Facebook for you. So you just have to download it there. Or better yet, you know what? It's a whole lot faster in Skype. I'll just zing it over to you. And please make it available to all. All I need for that document to do its thing is for it to get into the consciousness where people have the oh my God moment. Aha. Oh, yeah, it was fraud. And I have to do...
Hey, Kate, I have Carol's number here, if you want.
Oh, yeah, we'll share it, please, so that if anyone wants to join in.
It's a call-in conference call, and it's 218-936-4141. And the PIN number is 200100 and then number. And I think it started an hour ago, though.
Yeah, it started...
218-936-4141. But I think you can still listen.
Yeah. I got
218-936-4141.
Thank you. Got that.
Yeah, no problem, and thank you, Tracy. Yeah, you can call in and join it at any time. So, and on that note, I think I am going to wrap this up, just because we all need a little bit of within time, me included. And thank you for shifting your energy, Lori, and you know, just stay centered.
With your help, of course.
Well, we do this together, you know.
Your willingness.
Absolutely, it's got to work both ways. You know, so this is the energy you're attracting now instead of the other shite. So is that other shite coming in, just look at it and do what the Hawaiians have taught for centuries. Laugh at it 3 times.
You're not alone, Lori. You're not alone.
Yep.
Finally.
Yeah, so stop taking on everybody, okay? Leave some for us, will you?
Aww.
Yeah.
I thought it was bowling.
No, you greedy bitch.
I thought it was 10 pin.
We'll throw the strikes with you, okay?
Okay, thanks. So I can sit and watch for a while.
Exactly, and you know, enjoy the show.
This is a team sport, okay? Remember that.
Yeah. This
I wasn't
baseball.
sure. I was looking for the team. I kept praying for it.
Yeah, we don't play baseball here where it's down to the pitcher and the batter, okay? We actually play the whole field. So, but on that happy note, I know it's getting late for Tony, and this way, if people want to get on to Carol's call, I do want to urge you that way because she is such a beautiful light. Thank you again, Tracy, for sharing that information. What I will say to everyone is, tune in every night. We're 7 nights a week, same time, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Head over to Syncrenicity.com if you want to grab archives. Again, the link you're listening to on the computer is the one you can download from, and all you got to do is do a search if you want to get the downloads the next day in YouTube format. Lightworkers Media, subscribe to them, and also we upload them. Zach does them by the next day. Upload them to the Synchronicity site, so everything is available really, really fast. Okay, so we do our best, and we have a beautiful team of people in support around us that showed up coincidentally exactly when we needed them to, and they're doing exactly what we need done as a collective team effort. We co-create. We don't beat shit out of people singular. Okay, that's not what we do. You're gonna, see, you do that, you get sounds like that. You know what they should be doing? Instead of having sirens,
it's on cue right there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. What they should have,
they're going to come closer.
Instead of sirens, you know what they should have? Cars driving along going woof, 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 chasing, dogs chasing cars for tickets, right?
That's not possible.
It's dogs chasing other, cars for treats, Ooh, what I got, master. No problem. Right?
I'm thinking more of the Dirty Dozen playing classical music.
Oh yeah, that was such a. Oh, actually, you're thinking of Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes, yeah.
I had that. Look, there's a time link showed up because I was talking to Eric here about Kelly's Heroes. The song in that, "The Burning Bridges," was my dad's. Oh, he was so chuffed with that song, and it's always been in my psyche. And every time I hear it, it's like that's my dad, because he went out. He never bought records, but he went out and he bought the 45. Yeah, I'm old. Get old. Anyway, on that happy note, Troy, you got to get Skype going, and
I'm on it. I'm on it right now, man.
Okay, I see your Facebook now. I know what "done thanks" means. Perfect, and we'll get you hooked up and in the groups. Lori, I would urge you to do the same. Set something up so we can keep you in contact with all of us, because when we connect, we are untouchable. Nothing touches.
I think we are anyway.
Yeah, nothing touches the collective. Individually, they pick us off. Collectively,
I think it's pre-written. We're untouchable anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's in the code book, right, Tony?
Strength in numbers.
Exactly. I'm gonna let Tony sign off tonight, and get the last word in here. And I'm gonna say I love you all. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow night and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday, and all the rest. Okay, so I'm here.
Love you, Kate.
Love you, Kate.
Love you too, guys.
Love you.
Thank you so much for calling.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Tony?
Absolutely. Love back to you all. Just keep listening in. Let's keep doing the thing. And for God's sake, the biggest thing that we can do to help is bring somebody else to the table, If you just contact one person, we can double overnight. Bang. Straight away. So, synchronicity.com, and keep on listening, and we'll try and do our best, and let's make this thing grow. Let's go do a Germany on them.
Exactly.
Good.
Thank you, Tony. The universe is dancing.
Tony.
The universe.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome. I love this. We can never get off these calls. I love this.
Good night, Jim Bob.
I'm out of here. I'm going to get Skype. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, talk to you, Troy. Awesome. Much love to you.
Good one. Bye.
Bye.
Take care, guys. And universe is dancing. We're singing the right song.
Yes.
So, well done. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Much love.
Hold on to the line.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.
Good night.
Night. Bye. Bye.
Good night.